me, mayohosko, coming to you at 60 frames per second in 4K resolution. No sugar, no filler, just real whole egg, and welcome to my channel.
Mayohosko, it's your boy, JP.
Real whole egg. Everybody say real whole egg. Real whole egg.
Real whole egg.
Real whole egg.
There we go. Capture that, Mayo. That's for you. That's for you.
Everyone say real whole egg at the same time. 1, 2, 3. Real
whole egg.
Sweet. I'll cap that and then add it to the intro.
That's kind of fucked up though. It's a little off-centered.
Real whole
egg.
Eggs?
Oh, our timing was off, but
Do we go
that's
slowly
okay.
or fast?
I think that was fine. Is that fine, or do you want us to
Yes,
do it
because
slow?
I actually prefer it when people do it all out of sync because that makes it more authentic.
Yeah.
Everyone on the panel say it at the same time. Okay.
Oh, okay.
What are we saying again?
Real whole egg.
Whole egg.
Okay. 1, 2, 3.
Real
Whole egg.
egg.
Close enough.
Well, if you don't mind me saying, a little bit of no sugar, no filler, a whole lot of real whole egg coming up on these Fridays.
Hello, Miss Zambi here, saying real whole egg, mayohosko channel. Go check it out.
Real whole egg. There we go. I don't know what else you want. Wait, why am I... Are you talking about like what goes well with mayo? Also, how did you even come up with the name Mayohosko? Like, do you just love mayo? I don't know.
Rolling into the chat, we got to give a shout out. No sugar, no filler, just real whole egg. Splat out. That's what I'm talking about. Mayohosko. 2 whoop salute, Mayo. Welcome to the jankiness.
For Mayohosko, I give you a real whole egg. Wait, where did all these other eggs come from? What in the name of the Emperor is going on?
Everyone make sure to send in your videos of saying real whole egg and I'll add you to the intro. Thank you. Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to the 11-year anniversary of Mayohosko. Yes, it is the 6th of January 2024 and tomorrow will be the 11-year anniversary of Mayohosko. So I've got a whole fuck ton of stuff to talk about today. I think I've got about 7 different things I know I will be covering. And for those things, you can go to my Instagram stories to see the different things that I will try to cover today. But we've got a lot to talk about. We've got a lot to talk about. And when I made this channel back in early 2013, I had no intentions of ever even doing such a thing as a live stream. So it's really been a long time, hasn't it? I am a totally different person to what I was 11 years ago. And by the way, yes, we do have a giveaway going on right now that'll end on my birthday. So if you want to buy tickets to enter the giveaway, just use the exclamation mark tickets, and that'll automatically charge you 10 jars to buy a ticket. So yeah, you can go do all that good fun. And if anyone wants to come join the panel to celebrate my 11-year anniversary with me, the invitation is linked in the pinned comment. So, yeah. First, I just wanted to go over a few things while I'm trying to cover up for some errors that happened on OBS, because I figured out why some things on OBS wasn't working, and it was because I had a setting disabled on my Mac that wouldn't let me use a certain camera that would enable me to hook it up to external software like StreamYard. So I figured that out literally while I was watching London Calling this morning. My sleep schedule has been all over the place since I have been watching the Darts World Championship over the past 3 weeks. My sleep is all over the place, and I'm not running on a lot of sleep right now. So things could get a little bit iffy. So I'm not sure how I'm gonna hold up, but I'm gonna do my best, because I made sure to have a good breakfast, and there is a lot of things to talk about. So first thing I wanted to say is just thank you for keeping me relevant, because I would not be doing this right now if it wasn't for the viewers. The viewers are what even get me out of bed in the morning to do these stupid things anyway. So yeah, I wouldn't be doing this right now if it wasn't for all of y'all. So thanks for motivating me to get my butt going in the morning, to want to not only wake up to watch my friends do their stuff, but wake up for me to do my stuff for my friends. It is something that if I did not have people who depend on me for their entertainment, I would just be a lazy little motherfucker and just stay in bed all day and do absolutely nothing. Kind of like that Bruno Mars song, the lazy song. That would be me if I wasn't able to bring entertainment to so many people throughout the LEGO community. So what you're seeing on the screen right now is some of the selfies I took at Brick World Chicago, and for whatever reason they did not want to load up correctly after I closed my Mac. It's just a weird glitch on OBS, so I'm trying to get those back up. So you'll be able to see some of the selfies I took with people at Brick World Chicago. Brick World Chicago was a really fun time. It was really fun. So I hope that the audio quality is good, because I had to use, well, since I'm using my OBS virtual cam, I had to make sure that my Mac's internal audio was connected. So I hope the audio is all fine. If the audio is not good, then I will attempt to change it as quickly as possible. So if the audio is okay, just please let me know. Otherwise, I've fucked up this whole stream. Yeah, I don't know what's going on. I need to get in one more image, I believe, and then we'll be back to normal with how I set this up before the stream started. If I actually go to the top of here and add this, yeah, that's my last one. Okay, let me delete this. Let me delete that out of this. That should be everything now for what I need on OBS. Okay, cool. And the audio is fine according to some people. Okay, so who do we have in the chat today? We have Johnny G, Dave Brick 76, Mr. Blue, Richard Cranium RC, Rob Claxton, Drew Briggs, the new host of Good Morning Brick World, Mikey J Productions, Lego Team B, Steve Weiser, and that's everyone so far. We need to get more people. watching this stream right now, but we know that you guys right now are the real fans who actually give a shit about me, because you bothered to show up as soon as the stream started. Because if anyone has been watching me for long enough, you know that I have hierarchies. I keep receipts on people, and that's why people want me to do so much history videos. The reason I can do so much history videos is because I remember a lot of shit. I remember the good and the bad, and that's why I'm able to keep tabs on people. That's why I'm able to keep receipts on what people say about random shit, and that's why I'm able to establish hierarchies, and you guys are at the top of one of those hierarchies. Anyway, what's everyone saying in the chat that's interesting? Any interesting chat going on? Cool. Yeah, because you do your thing at the same time as what Full of Blit does. There's a lot of us who stream on Friday nights, and we know that the best people in the world are those who choose to watch me on Friday night. Happy New Year. Exactly, hashtag real whole egg. If anyone ever has any photos of their Lego that they want me to show on my streams, go post on either Twitter, X, or Instagram photos of your Lego and use the hashtag real whole egg. We'll search for them and we'll show them on the stream. That's a segue to some things I'm going to talk about later on. Yes, exactly. Everyone make sure to hit the like button, because if people don't hit the like button, that means YouTube won't recognize this stream as much as they otherwise would. And if YouTube stops recognizing that I exist, then my channel will die and I will have to stop making stuff because it wouldn't be worth it anymore. What's everyone else saying? Speaking of storms, there's a storm outside, so I hope that none of y'all can hear the storm outside. Yes, 11-year anniversary all around, and hopefully many more years to come. Yes, I know that you guys like me, but I know for sure that not everyone else does, and that's why I keep tabs. And Mikey J says, I appreciate your Lego knowledge. You know a lot about the different themes. I really only know Pirates, Castle, Lord of the Rings. I don't even know what Pirates of the Caribbean. Yeah. Well, unfortunately, because my family are really slow, arbitrary assholes, I do not have all the tables I need right now. So because of my family, that is directly impacting my ability to do stuff for the channel, which is why I don't have room to build Lego as presently constructed. So I would love to do that, Johnny G. I would love to continue building more Lego. But because some people in this world just don't give a shit about me, they are punishing me because they're arbitrary little motherfuckers. And yeah, if anyone has watched my streams for long enough, you know that I'm not afraid to say anything. I'm as real as it gets. Yeah. I really wish that RC would just show up in my chats as From Blocks to Mocks, because he has a really good city, a lot of vintage sets, and the world needs to know that he has a lot of vintage sets in his amazing city so that people remember to go and subscribe to him. It is, isn't it? Okay. So what I'm going to do first is I'm going to go to Instagram and I'm going to give you the rundown of stuff that we're going to talk about today, because I bothered to make a list of all of this stuff. And I was uploading some new things to StreamYard, and I finally have some of the stingers I've been talking about. So this is some of the things that we will be talking about today. Memories about my YouTube channel, my top 10 sets for 2023, LAN drama, Star Wars ranting because of that new director, as you might have heard about, the next generation of Clickin' and Brickin', talking more about around the Lego and much more. And my story already has 26 viewers, which is pretty good, much more than it used to be at this time of day. I am running my Instagram contest throughout the month of January. So for everyone who likes my reels, posts, and live streams throughout January, the ones that are in January, you are one like equals one entry to my giveaway. The more times you like, the more times you get entered. And we will be giving away, as normal, is one of my sig figs and a CMF of your choice. I've been talking with some people about trades, and they reminded me that I need to take a picture of all the CMF duplicates and unwanted that I don't want in my collection anymore, put them up for trade so that when I do sig fig trades, or when I want to trade with other people, I have trade bait that is worth trading for. So I need to do that probably when I get home from convention. And my next mock project will actually be making a model of a sunshine, a lollipop, and a rainbow based on how they looked like in the Care Bears franchise, because I've been talking with Adora Build, who will be exhibiting some of her Care Bears at Brickvention, and I weaseled my way onto her table, and I said, well, I'm not exhibiting anything. I'm going to Brickvention. Why don't I just hang around your table, since I'm going to be doing nothing all day? I'm just going to be standing around and walking around, because this I've already paid for my convention tickets. I can do all of my filming and vlogging and live streaming of of Brickvention on the convention day, and then just enjoy the atmosphere of the public on the public day. And so she said yes, and I thought to myself, well, if I'm gonna weasel my way onto Ruth's table, if she's doing Care Bear stuff and I want to build sunshine, lollipops, and rainbows as an inside joke to her live streams, which, by the way, if you're not subscribed to Adora Build, go subscribe to Adora Build. Sometimes she does what she calls the cozy stream, and we always joke about how everything has to be nice and pretty in a Lego set, and I always make the joke that everything has to be sunshine, lollipops, and rainbows. So I thought, why not make that, and why not make it Care Bears themed? So that's something I'm going to do over the next 2 weeks. Yeah, so I'm going to be doing that over the next 2 weeks. Probably going to do a lot of that off camera, because I prefer to show you guys what's going on in the city, because I always do community posts, and always more than 50% of respondents on my community posts. By the way, if you haven't already casted your votes on my community posts, it is a good thing to do so, because it shapes the way I do things around here, as is by pledging to me on Patreon. So if you want to get some of that administrative control, it might be in your best interest to go pledge to be me on Patreon using the link in the description below, or using the links in the timed comments provided by Streamlabs. So yeah, that's some of my mock plans. But what we're going to do now is I finally have a stinger for when I read people's comments from the week on my streams, and this is what it is.
Guys, I should really make a reading your comments video. Great job. This is the best thing I've ever seen since yesterday.
Good. What high praise, man. What a great comment.
Too much cliffhanger, not enough story, craves more story, am very sad.
I'm very sad, dude.
So he was scarped.
I've been scarped before, it's not fun.
Okay, it's time to respond to people's comments. So let's go to YouTube Studio and let's go to comments, and let me share my screen so I can give live respondents to people's comments. And like I always say, if any of y'all have not commented on a video of mine that you watched this week and you want to be featured in this segment, go quickly write a comment of what you forgot to type throughout the week, and I'll respond to you right now. So we'll do the stuff from my city update first. And if you guys haven't watched my latest city update, you go and watch that. It was the end of 2023, but the beginning of a new chapter because we're in a new location. So there was lots of comments, and we need more comments on all of my videos, so that YouTube recognizes that people watch me. Because if YouTube doesn't recognize that people watch me, my channel will die and I'll just have to stop making videos. So we have Johnny G 2501 says, see you next year. And I'll say, yes, you will. And Nate Mr. Blue said, a great city update, Happy New Year. I'll reply, Happy New Year. And Mikey J gave the eyeballs to Mr. Blue. Scott's Block said, awesome city update, looks great laid out on the tables. And I'll give that a heart and say, I've wanted IKEA tables so long for that reason. Oopsie, it didn't space for that reason. And Mikey Jake says, looking good. And I'll say, that's the power of IKEA tables. And Zabadak says, nice update. Wish you a happy 2024. And I will say, Happy New Year. And Macro Brick says, exciting to see the new city. Change can be great. Love how you kept the train. Looking forward to everything more Lego. Going back to Brick World Chicago. Very cool. I'm gonna heart that and said, yes, can't wait to go back to Chicago. Thinking I'll need to build a table extension so I can fit more trains. And Cabbage Face Brick says, tables! And I will say, IKEA tables for the win. And then we got two comments on my Lego Family Guy short. Adam _ Brick Street Voice says funny vid, and I'll say, what was I going to say? I like Family Guy, so when I saw those brickheads, I had to film this short. And Nate Mr. Blue said, great video. And I'll say, thanks. I really like Family Guy. And then on one of my community posts this week where I linked the collaboration I did with Lego Head Productions AZ, Contra commented saying, yay, this is awesome. Mayo Brickhead, much love. Thanks for capturing my last 9 years. My last 9 years of following all things Lego Online with the like of BFAB, Jang, Greg, Dr. McBrick, Ryan, MNR, Shy, Eugene Blade, Lego Freak, Robin Hood, Briggs, David, Alex Nunes, Just Too Good, and many others. Like yourself, the last 9 years with the Lego Online community has been amazing and great vibes. Plus those in the Lego community that may not be online, but now might be. Big up, guys, for putting this together. Give that a comment, and I was saying this took a long time for the both of us, and it turned out well. There's a reason Lego Head wanted me to talk about history. And let's get that replied to. And that's everyone that left comments. Was there anything held for review? No, there was nothing held for review. And that was all the comments of the week. Cool. So now we've responded to all the comments. Has anyone else said anything, or has anyone else come into the chat? So we were there last time. Yes, RC's pirate stuff does look really cool. I've been in some backstages with From Blocks to Mocks, and it's really cool. Just so that no one gets the wrong idea, my YouTube channel is 11 years old. I am double the age of my YouTube channel, and my half birthday is on Halloween. I shave my beard every 3 months, and I'm growing out my mustache for November 2025. So hopefully when my channel is monetized by November 2025, I'll be able to do a charity stream where people who leave super chats on my stream and pledge to me on Patreon during the month of November 2025, a big cut of all of that will be going to charities sponsored by the Movember Foundation or whatever they are. Where were we? Mikey says, I've been doing good, having fun. That's what life is all about. And there were some people buying tickets. If you can buy up to 100 tickets to enter the giveaway. So if you're there on all of my premieres and all of my live streams, then you'll be able to buy tickets, and you can do your own research about how you can buy multiple tickets at once, because there are ways to do so on Streamlabs. Yes, we all like the lurkers, and I know that Ruth lurks on a lot of my streams. So if you are out there lurking, Ruth, feel free to say hello, and we can all do the Care Bears countdown. 4, 3, 2, 1. And hello, Trebs says we do a little trolling. It's called We Do a Little Trolling. I'm not sure what the context of that is. And we have Macro Bricks. Hey, Mark says happy 11th year, Mayo. I appreciate the invite, but I'm tied up and I can only listen. That's all right. Just as long as you're in the chat is all we could ever ask for all of my subscribers. But I am looking for a permanent co-host because I've got to be honest. I'm not a solo artist. When I'm on my own, I run out of things to talk about really quickly, and a lot of the time I end up talking out of my asshole because I just want to get the fuck out of there, but I want to entertain people at the same time. So I've kind of hit a crossroad since not enough people can commit to want to co-host and have fun with me like they used to because of life circumstances. So as always, if anyone wants to be my co-host, you can contact me via any of the social medias, or you can send me an email, or you can contact me any way possible where you can find me. I'm always open for anyone who wants to apply to be a co-host, because it's pretty obvious that the best streams out there are those who have designated co-hosts. And if I can't ever get to that stage where I have both a production schedule and on-stream chemistry, eventually I am going to lose interest and stop doing this shit. So if anyone ever wants to prevent any of that from happening, ask yourself the question, do you think you are co-host material? And I'll be happy to field any respondents, how serious or ridiculous you might be. And that's everyone in the chat done their stuff. So I need to go get my phone, which is off to the side here, and I need to go to my list. Sorry about that. Okay, so the next thing on the agenda is I am going to move my camera around the city. I'm going to move it to the build table because I'm going. Yeah, that just happened. And that just happened. I'm destroying everything right now. I had a major breakage when my Among kits just collapsed on itself. Not too good. There's all sorts of hijinks that happens around here. A lot of unforced errors. I just spilled one of my big league boxes that had some castle stuff in it. I need to move some of this stuff off my table so I can get my laptop into a different position. Yeah, that was not too good. I'm going to move some stuff into my city so that it doesn't take up room on my table that I can build a Lego at. Because after this stream, I need to find what the hell I did with the Viking village so that I can finish doing my time lapse of the Viking village. Because I have 2 bags to go on the construction of the Viking village. And I would like to get that built before the January city update. There's a lot of stuff I want to get done before the January city update. Ideally, I want to have all the tables I need for the city by the next update. And if that doesn't happen, I will be disappointing my fans, and it'll all be my family's fault for not considering the logistics of real-world problems and being arbitrary. I see so many people around the world about any given life problems, and something they always complain about is people making arbitrary decisions. And I cannot agree more. There are a lot of miscalculated shit that goes on in the world because people are arbitrary. And we have someone backstage right now. Let me see who that is. It is Trebs.
Hello, JP. How's it been going? Oh, is it okay?
Yeah, long time no hear, Trevor. Good to see you, buddy.
Yeah. I haven't been in the Lego space for a while. It's been a minute.
It has been. So instead of saying how's your week going, instead I'll say how's life going.
Oh, it's been going good. You know, I've mainly just been sorting pieces, but sorting I went straight to Lego, but this is a Lego stream, so I guess that's okay. Lego wise.
Yeah, and speaking of sorting pieces, I've actually got a package I'm gonna unbag right now.
Yay, unboxing live on stream.
And that's
so basically
why I needed to come down to the table, is because I have an order from Pick-a-Brick Online. Some of you guys might remember when I did my short of all of the Lego sets I bought on Black Friday, when I was doing live streams talking about the stuff I bought during Black Friday. I was talking about how to get me up to the threshold to get some gift with purchases, I placed an order with a BAP because I looked at some of the new pieces they had, and I was like, you know what? If I buy enough of these, not only will I have just a couple more pieces I can use for making mocks, but also it'll get me up to the threshold to building some awesome stuff. And most of you guys who have been actually paying attention to my stuff will know that I really wanted duplicates of the Magisto's Magical Workshop, and through this order I was able to get 2 of them. But we're going to save that for later on in the month, because Mikey J Productions, Clicking Cliff, and maybe Richie from Our Toy World are going to be doing a Castle Pirate stream, and I've emailed and I've messaged some other people who are yet to respond about if they want to take part in that as well. So let's get this out of here, shall we? That's all just the invoicing paper. And that was everything. And hello, Maniac for Bricks. Thanks for coming in. I watched Maniac for Bricks' stream earlier today, and he debunked the whole QR code theory with the Series 25 CMFs. So if you want to see how that whole bullshit has been debunked, go back and watch Maniac for Bricks' stream on the replay.
Debunked like a boss.
Yeah, and I've been talking a lot with Ed the Brickable Cow, who recently started playing 2K Lego 2K Drive on his streams. There's a map in there called Donut Alley, and they made a joke about donuts. And so I remember that I had this friend's donut parlor, so I bought that out on stream. So let's go over some of the pieces that are here. If anyone else wants to join the panel, the invitation link is in the pinned comment.
Lego Team B wants to. I think they want to know about my life and how has it been. So I'm gonna take over your stream. Mwahaha.
Well, first I'll talk about some of the pieces that we have right here.
Of course.
I believe that the gambling all doesn't work on my stream for whatever. People have to put in specific amounts of stuff that they want to gamble. So probably the most interesting pieces from here are these 2x4, what are they? 2x4 by 6 half round panels in, I think they're the iridescent blue color. I got 4 of these because they were new to Pab online, and I have no idea what I'm going to do with these, but I think I'm going to do something either fashion or beauty related with them because I really like that color. And I've been struggling to find shampoo lately because, once again, my family does not give a shit about me and have lost some of my stuff. I can't find my shampoo, so I'm swimming in everyone else's shampoo, and seeing this iridescent blue color just reminds me a lot about that stuff. So that might be an idea I'll do. Also got some of these 1x4 rounded plates with the hollow stud on each end in both light bluish grey and black. I know the lighting's a little bit difficult, but that's because well, it's a little bit difficult to see stuff, but that's because I need to get better lights in the garage. Also, we got these 4x3 dark brown double. No, sorry. Got these are 3x3 30 degree corner slopes in dark brown. We got some of the bright pink 1x1 heart tiles. Got the 2x2 dark bluish grey rooftop slopes because they go at the peak of the roof. Also want to say hi to Angry Dragon and Clever Pig. Thanks for coming in for my 11-year anniversary. And we got some of these new palm leaves in the dark green. Got a lot of those with the Viking Village. So I'll be beefing up some of my trees from the Viking Village with these. And then we got some of the grandma / Marilyn Monroe hair in the bright light yellow, and the dark brown color. It's very difficult to see that right now. But that's everything. Those were all of the quote-unquote new pieces from Pick-a-Brick Online. It's probably not new anymore because I placed this order a month ago. So that was my haul. Have you bought any Lego recently, Trevor?
Oh, any Lego recently? I'd say I got a vintage set recently. It's in storage right now, but well, it's not really in storage. Well, it's in a box right now, so I think it's kind of disassembled, but not really. But might as well. I got the. Let's see if I could show it on camera. If I can switch to camera. How do I switch to camera?
It should be. Are you trying to reverse the direction?
Ah, here we go. See, I got the Breezeway Cafe.
I'll put you on the full screen because the Breezeway Cafe is a cool set. You might want to rotate the camera so that we can see it horizontally.
Okay, it's kind of disassembled, but I guess that's okay.
It's not rotating horizontally. There's something wrong with your camera.
No, I think there's something wrong with the browser.
Is it stuck on vertical mode?
Yeah.
Okay. Anyway, that's a really cool set from 1990.
Yep. And here's the instructions. Here's what it should look like. And I guess the I actually I don't know if you want me to have you ever heard of WeBrick?
No, I've actually never heard about that.
They're non-Lego bricks. So they're like Lego, but they're actually not. So they're off-brand, but
what's their clutch power like?
It's actually good. Let's see if I have one of them on hand. Here's one of the bricks. You see, it doesn't say Lego on top, but man, I gotta say the clutch power is pretty good. Here's just a random Lego brick. Here's how they work. I'd say it works pretty fine. Yeah. So really, I haven't had much problem with them, and so yeah, that's what I've been. I got a recent haul from it. I already put all those pieces in my drawers, so it's kind of hard to show you what I got recently. Well, maybe it is easier since you can tell I got these pieces and these 2x2 in grays, so that I can finally build a put sidewalk on my road base plates. My opinion is that I prefer the older road base plates instead of the new ones. So yeah.
So by old, which generation are you talking about?
Oh, this wouldn't be that old. This wouldn't be like old like light gray roads.
Yeah, so that looks like the 5th generation road base plate, and I know enough about vintage Lego to say that ain't old.
It's oldish.
Yes.
Yeah,
exactly.
it's not the
old. Exactly. For those who don't know, I've been collecting Lego since I was 4 years old. I was 4 years old in 2005, and that's when those base plates actually came out. So even though they came out when I started collecting Lego, I actually grew up on the 1st generation road base plates because that's what my brother had, and I inherited a bunch of vintage Lego from my brother, which is why I think that's the main reason why I love vintage Lego. Some of you guys who have watched me for long enough have heard that story before. So it's a weird dynamic where I'd rather have the old stuff than the new stuff, particularly when it comes to base plates. So I'm actually going to be bringing a lot of my 5th generation road base plates to Brickvention to sell or trade. So if you're also going to Brickvention and if you're in the market for some of those base plates, hit me up. I'm willing to make trades or to sell them.
So base plates are like Pokemon.
Well, yeah, because if there's any given Lego that I don't need, I need to get rid of it, or to get either a monetary value or bait that I can do shit with.
Yeah.
Yeah, just wanted to also say, that Cleverpix said the dark green leaf pieces look awesome. They do look awesome, which is why I wanted to buy some. I think what I'll do from now on is anytime I order from Pick-a-Brick online, I'll try to buy a few of these at a time so that I can make more fern trees. I was going back and forth with different trees in real life on coastlines in my state. Hello, the brick is live. And I realized what I thought were pine trees are actually fern trees. So I think that these palm tree leaves would look really good for fern leaves on fern trees. So I'm going to have to do that in the future. Yes, and the reason why you would like the old base plates better is because you literally grew up when the 1st generation base plates were still around. And Trevor just dropped out. If anyone else wants to come on and talk about Lego, there is the invitation link in the pinned comment. So that was my order from Pick-a-Brick. I need to get up out of my chair. It's a little bit of an awkward configuration the way I got this. And I forget what I did with my phone. There it is. Because we're nearly an hour in, and at the hour we will be doing my rant. And if you have seen my Instagram story, you know exactly what we will be ranting about. Whoops, and if I'm not careful, I'm just going to knock over those drawers with more Lego. So I'm going to prepare images for my top 10 sets of 2023. Last weekend, I was watching a lot of people who were doing their own rankings for and giving their opinions, what they thought were the best sets of 2023. And in the midst of watching my friends doing their rankings, that got me thinking about what my rankings would be. And I did some hard thinking about the different sets that came out in 2023, both the sets that I bought and built and the ones that I enjoyed seeing other people building. And I was able to create a top 10 list for my favorite sets of 2023. And while I was doing a lot of that stuff, while I was editing videos, while I was gaming, I was listening to a lot of podcasts by the Brick Bods, and they were doing their own video about their top 10. And I actually commented my top 10 on their podcast, doing their own top 10. So if you guys have been watching the podcast on the Brick Bods channel, then, and if you actually comment on their podcasts, and you actually read what other people have to say, you might have stumbled
upon my comment about that, where I gave my ranking. So I'm gonna bring up images of sets that were on my top 10. I'm gonna refer back to my own comment about that, and there's 4 minutes until my rant. I said I was going to talk about Star Wars, not Lego Star Wars, but Star Wars the movie franchise. And after I rant about that, I will reveal my top 10 for those who have not already seen. I also created a top 11 favourite sets from all the years that I have been on YouTube. That goes all the way back to 2013. And I realised some things that I didn't think were possible at first. And there were some surprises when I was stacking some of the sets against each other. And there was a weird conclusion I found out about how I feel about the sets. The thousands, probably the tens of thousands of sets that have come out since 2013. And all of that will be revealed in my 11-year anniversary video tomorrow. So if you want to be a loyal subscriber, you'll watch that video to understand the context of what I'm saying right now. And if you want to be kept on your toes about that elusive surprise I just teased, then you should definitely go and check out my 11-year anniversary tomorrow. My 11-year anniversary tomorrow. I spent a couple days putting it together because I needed to make sure that all the sets were in the right order, and I wanted to make sure I had specific music tracks for all of those given sets. And I had to fiddle around with a lot of stuff, more so than usual, simply because of all the material I needed to edit in to that video. And I'm satisfied with the way it turned out, and it's going to be one of my better videos for a while, and I think you'll enjoy it as much as I did filming and editing all of it. And I'm surprised with some of the results, as I've said, but there were a lot of really easy answers. And if anyone has watched me for long enough, heard me talking about certain sets that have come out since 2013, you might know one or two of the sets that will be on my list. Let me get the last image that I can get before I need to go do my rant. Get one last image for what is my top 10 Lego sets of 2023, and then we'll do the rant. So it's time for the rant, guys. Let's do it.
This one is a running!
Rotten eggs! It's rant time. Okay, let's get down and dirty. And Brick Hive, you got here at exactly the right time, because I've got a lot to talk about with both Star Wars and some LAN drama. I wanted to talk about LAN drama earlier this week, but I slept on the job, as some of you guys might remember. So I apologize about that. That was one of the biggest bullshit mistakes I've ever made on the mayohosko channel. But let's get right down and dirty. Let's do massive rants about Star Wars
and LAN, because oh boy, do I have some shit I need to get off my chest. Okay, so first things first, I'll say that on one of my Instagram stories today, I said, "Hey Star Wars weirdos, this DEI puppet, sadist, sexist, feminist woman is the director of your next movie about silly talking aliens in outer space. Blame Kathleen Kennedy." So if anyone has heard the news about the new director that will be directing the next Star Wars movie, not sure if that's the mark of a new trilogy, not sure if it's just going to be a one-off like Rogue One or the Solo movie. I actually first heard about it from some of the political commentary YouTube channels I follow. But yeah, that's how I first heard about it. So if political commentators are talking about the director of the next Star Wars movie, that some shit went down big time. And I'm gonna try play this right now. Let me go back. Oh, damn it. Let me go back and I hope I'm sharing this right, because I want to get this right. I've got to unmute this at the right time. I don't want to play any copyrighted materials. I'm going to do it right now.
I like to
Why
make
isn't that showing?
men uncomfortable. I enjoy making men uncomfortable.
Okay, yeah. I see why. Okay. What I got to do is mute that. Go back to here. Turn on sound and microphone. Let's see if I can do.
I like to make men uncomfortable. I enjoy making men uncomfortable. Not you, just not you. Not you.
Point taken. Point taken.
Okay, folks, that's going to be the next director of the upcoming Star Wars movie. What the fuck? That's who they chose? Are you kidding me? Is this really what Walt Disney has come to? Is this really what Lucasfilm has come to? You're going to let that cretin direct Star Wars? It was already bad enough that they chose not to let J.J. Abrams direct the whole Star Wars sequel trilogy. And as a lot of you guys would know, I am not a fan of the Star Wars franchise. But when there's a noisy vehicle outside. Hurry up, go away, drive down the road. Well, this is the most inopportune time. Now I think I'll have to rant about noisy vehicles next. Because when you're supposed to be in a quiet neighborhood, you wouldn't think this shit would be a problem. Hurry up. Are you kidding me? I think it's a garbage truck. I think he's picking up trash. He should take out his own trash and get away from my garage. Okay, I think he's going away now. Okay, so as you guys know, I'm not a fan of Star Wars, but when there is some political shit that goes down in a galaxy far, far away, I'm going to talk about it. So it wasn't already bad enough that they fucked up and didn't let J.J. Abrams direct the whole sequel trilogy. They had to get the asshole that was Rian Johnson to direct The Last Jedi, which completely fucked up the whole trilogy. Because as a wise man once said, as a wise movie critic once said, a trilogy is 3 movies that form a consistent story. It is not 3 individual movies. A trilogy is literally one story cut up into 3 parts. It is not 3 separate movies. So I am of the firm belief that Rian Johnson does not know what a trilogy is. And as bad as it is, being a Hollywood director and not knowing what the fuck a trilogy is supposed to be, that does not compare to the slap in the face that is Kathleen Kennedy, who is the butt of all jokes. And for a treasure trove of jokes about Kathleen Kennedy, you can go watch one particular episode of South Park and a bunch of people reacting to that episode of South Park to know all you need to know about Kathleen Kennedy. And this is such a Kathleen Kennedy move, to hire a woman who unapologetically likes to make men uncomfortable. You know who the biggest market for Star Wars is? Men. So what a slap in the face to your own fans. The paying customer who pays to watch overpriced garbage in the movie theater, stuff that has been done over and over again, doesn't attempt to explore the full realm of what is a galaxy far, far away. There's so much fucking potential with Star Wars that has been underutilized by Lucasfilm's ownership under Walt Disney. I'm sure if George Lucas himself had not gone past his prime and still had the energy to direct Star Wars movies, because if he still had the energy to direct Star Wars movies, he would have never sold Lucasfilms. Anyone that knows basic economics would understand, if George Lucas still had a beating heartbeat that beat fast enough to still have the passion to direct a silly sci-fi franchise about silly talking aliens in space, then he would still be doing it. And George Lucas is a smart enough man to keep a lot of the merchandise rights. And that's why a lot of people respect George Lucas, including myself. You know who most don't respect? Kathleen Kennedy. And it's for shit like hiring a director who literally has a bad opinion of the paying customer. And if you insult the paying customer, you know that your franchise is fucked. I don't care about all of the lore about Star Wars, like this character should have done this storyline should have been that, and blah 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 blah. This doesn't make sense. I'm triggered. I'm a person in my mom's basement with a lightsaber hanging above my bed. I'm not that type of person. I like to get into the political controversy of how movies come into play. That's what I enjoy. And the fact that they felt comfortable saying all of that, the fact that they felt comfortable doing all those actions is such a slap in the face to the paying customer. And I know that Lego Star Wars fans have ranted about this already. I know that I'm guessing people who do the same content as Star Wars Theory and other Star Wars reaction channels and other Star Wars fanboy channels will have probably already said the same things I'm saying. But what a slap in the face, man. What a fucking slap in the face. I don't even care about what happens with Star Wars. I just don't like it when politics get in the way of a good thing, because Star Wars used to be a good thing. The reason The Force Awakens at the time was the 4th highest grossing movie of all time wasn't because The Force Awakens was the best Star Wars movie ever. It wasn't because The Force Awakens was the best sci-fi movie ever. No. The only reason at the time it was the 4th highest grossing movie of all time is because it had the 2 words Star Wars in the name. You have to understand that. And if anyone's been following me for long enough, over the 11 years of my channel. Happy anniversary to me. You might know that I am a Thomas the Tank Engine fan, at least for the good old days. Much like how there are a lot of people who still like Star Wars, not because of the new shit, but because of the good old days. The way they feel about Star Wars, I feel about Thomas the Tank Engine. Star Wars, that noisy garbage truck is back. Just really likes interrupting my stream, doesn't it? The way they feel about Star Wars, I feel about Thomas the Tank Engine. People who know anything about Thomas the Tank Engine will understand the reason why Thomas the Tank Engine the reason why Thomas and the Magic Railroad even turned a profit, the small profit it was because it had the 4 words, because it had the word Thomas in the name. It's just like when people complain about the Justice League movie and then they talk about how terrible the DC universe is compared to how good the Marvel universe used to be. And I'm not even going to get into talking about how shit the MCU is now, because that's a whole nother conversation, and Disney is in a whole mess of trouble with their stock price because of their superhero, sci-fi, and princess movies. They're in a whole mess of trouble, and that's worthy of ranting a whole another day, and I just don't have the energy to do that. I just wanted to address that about Kathleen Kennedy is terrible at her job, and she hired a director who, whether she realizes it or not, unconsciously hates the paying customer. And if not for the paying customer, there would be no continuation of the Star Wars franchise. And if not for the paying customer, Kathleen Kennedy wouldn't have her job, and the terrible director, the terrible worker that is Kathleen Kennedy does, they would not have their jobs without the paying customer. So, oh man. If anyone wants to come on to the panel and let the hate flow through you, turn to the dark side and drink some Sith coffee, use the invitation link in the pinned comment, come onto the panel and talk about this shit with me. I'd love to get angry. Let's all join the Sith army and crap on about this stuff forever, shall we? But that was that. And the other thing I wanted to talk about was the whole controversy with Wixie getting put on probation from LAN, and then people started talking about how Duckbricks also got put on probation by LAN. Now, say what you want about Wixie. I'll say what I want because this is my channel. I have the right to complain and I have free speech. So I will say I like the city updates, but nothing else about his channel. I'm a city builder. I respect his city. I like what he does in his city. I like it. He does good stuff. He's got a good city. That is the only thing I like about his channel, but that is something to like about his channel, is he has a good city. So I know more about Wixie, so to speak, than the normal Joe Schmo who complains about Wixie, who doesn't even watch him. So I think I'm more qualified to talk about this than what some other people have. So another thing I will say is some people get really bent out of shape when it comes to talking about LAN. Some people just have a bias against anyone who's in LAN. They have an immediate distrust for anyone that talks about Lego who is in LAN. And I gotta say, if you are one of those people, you're a fucking snowflake. Or you got some problems that you need to fix. because I see people on comments of different people's videos saying, "I'll never trust anything that a person from LAN says," and I'm like, "Come on, bro, are you gonna be that way?" I'm not gonna be that way. So I'll say, for all of the assholes that are in LAN, there are respectable people in LAN like Alex Nunes. So one of the things that I've heard people critiquing about Briggsy's video about getting put on probation by LAN is Briggsy said in his video he doesn't like to talk about the prices, and he claims that other people in LAN also don't like to talk about the prices for specific reasons I'm not going to get into. And I compare that to what Alex Nunes does. He always talks about the price when he reviews a Lego set that he gets from LAN, and he will openly tell you if he would or would not have bought that set if it wasn't delivered by LAN. And he's very honest. I trust Alex Nunes, and I strongly suggest anyone who ever has a bias against people who are in LAN, go watch Alex Nunes' reviews about Lego sets, where those Lego sets are sent to him by LAN. Go watch his reviews, and you'll see that you can be an authentic, honest person in the Lego Ambassador Network. It is possible. It's just that some of the people that are the most vocal aren't, which paints LAN in a worse picture than what it actually is. And something else I've heard people talking about with his video is Brixie said when he sat down during the interview, with the Rocket Raccoon set was on the table, and he had to blacken out that so that it wouldn't get leaked. It did get leaked anyway because he was careless with his editing, and FalconFan14 put that link on his Instagram page. That went viral. He then went on to a couple of brickheads, talked about that. That spread the virality even more, and that's why Brixie said it got leaked, and he said there was a leak page on Instagram. I had to go back and do some investigation to get all of my facts straight, but Brixie did not explicitly say FalconFan14 in his video, but he did show the pictures of the leaks, and anyone with good vision can see that those leaks were by FalconFan, who, if anyone is subscribed to a couple of brickheads and actually watches a couple of brickheads, because it's really strange that a brain-dead person goes subscribe to a YouTube channel and then watch nothing from that YouTube channel. I always hear people saying, well, why did YouTube unsubscribe me to X, Y, and Z channel? Maybe it's because you're not watching their YouTube channel. Why subscribe to a YouTube channel if you're not going to watch stuff on their YouTube channel? Just why? Why? I laugh when people complain about that because they don't have the brain capacity like what a high-functioning autistic person who has the brain capacity to remember shit that happened 15 years ago but isn't quite smart enough to do someone's taxes yet. Because my brain literally operates differently from everyone else, I can remember more about this stuff and I can retain more of this information, which is why I get a lot of people praising me for my abilities to talk about the history of all this stuff and remember all these facts. That's the answer, because my brain literally works differently from almost everyone else in the community. So that's why I'm able to come up with these quick, instant, witty responses for stupid people on social media. And so I cannot confirm this because I don't have enough direct communications with Brixie. but I'm pretty confident in saying, even though Brixie did not say Falcon Fan 14 in his video talking about LAN, how the reason he got put on probation was because of the leak by Falcon Fan 14, he still posted, or he still edited in to his video the pictures of the post from Falcon Fan 14, didn't say his name because he doesn't want to get tied up with the leak channel, or he probably doesn't want to give the leak channel attention, even though he kind of did it anyway because he explicitly showed pictures from Falcon Fan 14's Instagram page. So he's going to do as much damage control as possible. He said in his videos that he can get by without benefiting from LAN, and that's true because he has a really good Lego city. I would prefer it if he just focused entirely on his Lego city, and I am of the belief not having to do responsibilities on behalf of LAN will be a benefit for his Lego city. He will be able to do more stuff for his Lego city because he will not have the resources to do all of the bullshit videos that I just don't give a fuck about. I'm only subscribed for his city. I want to go back and watch his last 2 weeks worth of city updates because they're fun to watch as a city builder. They're just good to watch. And so that is the biggest positive I can see about Brixie getting put on probation, is that he will be able to focus more on the Lego city, which is what I care about the most. But behind the scenes, I can almost guarantee you that he wants to unleash on Falcon Fan 14, but he's not gonna because he's above that. He's professional enough not to start drama with individual users, even though he kind of started a drama with an individual user, Brent Bricks, $2, and that turned into a whole controversy. So, yeah, so much for trying to be professional and not mention people by names. Yeah, so that's something I took away. And something else I've heard people reacting to is if Brixie knew that those sets that were on the table at the interviewee booths were going to be released at the same time, why did he bother blacking out one set and not the other? That's something, that's a theory, well, that's a question I think is valid. How would you know? Well, why would you think to black out one set, even though it will be, as you'd think, or as you were led to believe, released at the same time as another? I think there's a communication issue. And the garbage truck is back. Go away, garbage truck. But someone's going to have to turn this into a meme of every time I have to stop talking because there's traffic outside. Yeah, so I think that's a valid question, and I think it can be answered by bad communication between people in charge of LAN and the ambassadors of LAN. I can boil that down to bad communication. And that brings me back to my main thing I want to get across with how both Duckwicks and Wixie have gotten put on probation by LAN is you wouldn't have this shit happening in the first place if Lego just did better. We always talk about the reasons how Lego can do better. And I think one ways that Lego can do better is by improving communication not only with their customers, but also with people who are indirectly employed to promote their products. Because Wickhive himself, even on one of his streams, looked up the definition of an ambassador, and promoter was within the definition of ambassador. So when people say that LAN members are promoters, they're justified in saying that because that's literally in the definition of ambassador. It's literally in the definition. So, yeah, that's just another thing that LEGO does wrong. They get their market research wrong. They get their price strategy wrong. They get their technology wrong. The only reason they get communication with their press releases and communication with their ambassadors wrong. And ultimately, that all leads to why they spend an incredible amount of money on customer service. Because if LEGO spends the amount of money they spend on customer service, they are literally waving the white flag on themselves and acknowledge, we get a lot of shit wrong. Companies that don't spend a lot of money on their customer service are more confident in their abilities to get stuff right. So when people praise LEGO for having such great customer service, I say, well, why do you need such great customer service? Can't you just get the job done? If you can just get the job done right the first time without having to band-aid fix everything, without having to pothole patch the road instead of re-tarmacking the road, you know, where the rubber meets the road, you wouldn't have to spend millions of dollars. Probably the tens of millions of dollars they do on customer service. You might only have to spend a single amount of millions of dollars on customer service. And if anyone has any more knowledge about that and you want to come and discuss that, feel free to use the pinned comment with the that has the invitation link to come onto the panel and talk about the stuff with me. I'd welcome anyone who has more information to talk about that stuff with me. I'm just giving my own thoughts, and everyone else can have their own thoughts, both in the comments of the live stream right now and in the comments after the live stream once this is ended. So if I can point the right way, have your say right there while this is live, and have your say down there after this is finished live. I'd love to hear what all of you guys have to say. So I think there's a lot of bullshit with all that stuff, and this is by far the biggest rant I've ever done for a segment of Rotten Eggs, but I think it's very deserving because these are two pressing issues that I've been wanting to get off my chest. Something I've almost waited a week for, and something I've only waited 2 days for. I've had the fire in my belly, and I needed to express my opinions about all of that, and I'd welcome everyone else to do their reaction. I'd welcome everyone else to react to what I've just said. People that care about Star Wars, people that care about leaks, people that care about what Walt Disney gets wrong, people that care about what LEGO gets wrong. I'd love everyone to sound off. I'm welcome to have a conversation, because that's the kind of viewer engagement that I live for. And if anyone needs to go back and watch any of my streams where I get into controversial topics on the replay, so that you can better formulate your arguments, do so, and I'm welcome to have the conversation. I'm welcome to have the conversation, because this is good. This is good stuff, and it's the kind of drama I feel comfortable talking about, because it's the type of drama where I know what I'm talking about. I bother to do my research, not going in blind. I'm not doing a live reaction. I formulate my thoughts so I can better give my opinions based on the facts. And yeah, this was by far the longest Rotten Eggs rant I've ever done. So I'm going to take 5 seconds of breath.
This one is a rotten egg!
Rotten eggs! It's rant time!
That was quite a rant. Anyway, let's see what everyone else has said over the past half an hour, because I know that a lot of people have been commenting away as I've been talking, and I hope all of this stuff is entertaining enough for you to want to spend your time with me, because I see that we have 14 people watching. That's the stuff I live for. Rick Hive said happy anniversary. Lego Team B said kissed by grits. Steve Weiser says, is your parents' car in the garage? No, because my father is at my parents' retirement home, and my mother has gone out to run some errands for the day. So it's not in the garage right now, which means I can move around more easily. If the car is not in the garage, that's where you will see times where I have my screen parked on top of the grey drawers. Yeah, that was one hell of a rant. Happy weekends all around. I'm going to enjoy my weekend. I'm already enjoying my weekend. Let's get into the real gritty. Steve says, Star Wars is going to go straight into a dumpster fire with the new head of production being a male-hating POS. Exactly. As I said in my Instagram story, and I'm going to go back and watch it to get to quote myself. Hey Star Wars fan, hey Star Wars weirdos, this DEI puppet, sadist, sexist, feminist woman is the director of your new movie about silly talking aliens in outer space. Blame Kathleen Kennedy. I'll repeat that back, the main part. This DEI puppet, sadist, sexist, feminist woman is the director of the new Star Wars movie. What kind of world are we living in? Yeah, I hope all of my American and Canadian friends are surviving their winter. I know that you'll have a lot of thoughts about everything that's gone down with Star Wars Hive, because that'll be right up your alley. And if you ever wanted to talk about Star Wars with me, you're always welcome to join the panel, because all of my subscribers are welcome to join the panel. Yeah, I do like to use funny clips wherever I can. Mad Max, exactly. Yakety yak, don't come back. Yeah, the Force is female, which is why Rey exists in the first place. Exactly. Everyone make sure to like the stream, because if people don't like the stream, YouTube doesn't recognize this channel, and if YouTube doesn't recognize this channel, the channel will die and I will stop making this awesome entertainment. And hello, Clicking Cliff. I'm glad that you're here, Cliff, because after I reveal my top 10 sets of 2023, we're going to get into talking about the next generation of Clickin' and Brickin'. Mark says, I love overpriced garbage. It's like 75% of what I spend my monies on. Yeah, people that get to spend their money on overpriced garbage are normally having a lot of fun in their lives. Clever Pig says, the force is the feeling when you order a 10 pack of nugs and they give you 11. Exactly. And for my fast food situation, it's kind of like when you buy a $10 bucket of popcorn chicken from KFC that's advertised to have 80 pieces of popcorn chicken and you get 81 instead. Those are the best moments. Mark says, not just a slap in the face, but a fucking slap. Exactly. I could imagine a little Star Wars fans would feel like Kathleen Kennedy and that new director stabbed them. That's a real. That's a. How do I put this right? That is a real hyperbolic reaction. Johnny G says, "Yeah, Mark, only spend 25% of his monies if the stuff he buys wasn't overpriced." RC says, "Star Wars is officially now owned by the dark side." True that. Hey, RC. RC, if ever you're working on your Lego setting while you're watching my streams, and if you ever have your computers or your phone set up, you know that you're always welcome to come onto the panel and show off your city. Looking forward to the next city update, buddy. You're doing good stuff. Steve says, "I have not been to a cinema in decades. Not a single movie has been worth my hard-earned money." Exactly. And a lot of that being not worth hard-earned money is because movies are overpriced. The dark side is being owned by Disney. True that. Okay, cool. That's good. That's a testament to the audio quality of my MacBook Pro that you can't hear the traffic. Thank you for saying that. I would say thank you for saying that. That means a lot. I'm glad someone let me know. That's a good thing. That's a really good thing. And I'll promise that in February I'll have more. I'll have a better lighting. RC is saying to Steve, "Sound of Freedom was about it for me." Pig says, "I don't even remember the last movie I saw in theaters. Definitely pre-COVID." I struggle to remember the last time or the last movie I saw in theaters. It was definitely before the Rona. Shit. I can't even give you an answer. Can't even give you an answer. Yeah, that sounds about right. Falling asleep in the theater. Johnny's saying that Tom Cruise movie about the aliens and Groundhog Day was pretty sweet. Oof. If that's the last time you saw a movie in theater was the 2009 Star Trek movie, man. Wow. Pig thinks he saw the Star Trek movie too. Sound of Freedom is really good, almost reminds RC of the movie Taken with Liam Neeson, but it's based on a true story. I heard a couple people talking about the Sound of Freedom. I recently heard the Critical Drinker talking about the creator, and Tyler, aka Lifewick Studios, said that Creator was his favorite movie of the year. And if the Critical Drinker said the same thing, then Tyler must be listening to some smart people. That's funny. Yeah, there are a lot of people in LAN who people simp over for sure, and that lets me know that I've got to play two clips on my StreamYard. Got to play two clips. Just got to remember where they were. Shit, where did they go? I hate it when I forget where I ordered some of these things in my StreamYard. Let me stop my camera and let me turn up. Okay, here it is. I found it. So yeah, in response to all of the pretty girls in LAN.
Grab my ass.
And as far as the people critiquing said women in LAN,
I will fuck you up. She's rich. She's famous. She's beautiful. I'm sure she has a staff that looks like Downton Abbey. And it's all fine. It's all just well and good. It's not. It's dangerous. That's the truth. Stand by every word I said. I would like the word spread wide, far and wide.
God bless Megyn Kelly. Pig says to Mark, yeah, I'm with you. Lots of dumb stress for some free plastic. Ain't that the truth? Especially when some of those guys have massive channels. This doesn't seem worth it. Well, that's the reason they're in LAN, is because the definition of ambassador is promoter. And so as Brick Hive continues to talk about the economics of LAN, it is what a lot of people say. It's just promotion. But I think what a lot of people also forget is that LAN is also there for market research, and people in LAN technically don't get sets for free. They get paid in the currency of LEGO sets for being a part of LEGO's market research team. When people say LAN members get free sets, that's not technically correct. Not sure who got Loki Hawkeye snitched, but I'd love to know more context about that, Dave. Mark says, mistake or not, LEGO dogged someone who gives them lots of advertising and probably got them some lifelong customers. One mistake and LEGO does that. I'd quit and talk shit about them. I know a lot of people who would say the exact same. Because to an extent, your freedom is taken away, but it's not as much freedom as what people make it out to be. I have a very balanced opinion about LAN. So much like how they joke about on London Calling that Ian Brickbod is the voice of reason, I like to think of myself as the voice of reason for LEGO controversy, particularly when it comes to LAN, because I respect some people in LAN, but I also disrespect some people in LAN, and I bother to hear a range of different opinions about LAN and other sorts of drama, because I live to talk about the drama. LEGO Team B says, your rant segment name for 2024, taking out the trash. I actually do have a cutaway for taking out the trash that I'll put up very quickly. It's Bear in the big blue house taking out the trash. So if anyone ever says take out the trash in my comments, this is what I throw up on my streams. And if anyone wants to hear the Paradisa theme song right now, go and DM Zissou Sultan Force to get him in to the chat, and I will happily play that. Dave said, I've actually slowed down on watching Brixie content. He's city good and he can get good ideas, but I've just been going to Rebrickable to get more ideas. And that's the beauty of the internet. The internet is so diverse. If anyone ever needs imagination, inspiration, information, innovation, and a bunch of other words that start with I, the internet has so many different resources, and there's so many different social medias that you can get words that start with I from a lot of different people. I think that's something that goes underappreciated about social media, is how diverse of all content there is. Hello, Stud Sidious says the creative director and marketing director basically run the brand's army to the public. One does budget and the other does all the creative marketing, including social media. I've seen a lot, and you would have seen a lot, because do stuff for Lego, and you used to do stuff for ESPN, and you used to do stuff for Disney, so you're more qualified to talk about that than most people. And talk about qualified people, this is sort of a mini rant, because it doesn't grind my gears as much as other people, but I do think it's worth briefly talking about. So I'm going to do a second rotten egg.
This one is a rotten egg!
Rotten eggs! It's rant time. Okay, let me get down and dirty. I got to set the record straight something very quickly. There is no such thing as a modular gift with purchase. I have spoken with people, shy time is my time, who have worked at Lego stores before and co-signed my sentiment that there is no such thing as a modular gift with purchase. Just because Lego has released in the past gift with purchases at the same time of the release of Lego modulars doesn't mean it's a modular gift with purchase. Unlike the Eiffel's Tower house that you could only buy with the Eiffel Tower, unlike some of the Star Wars fucking crappy piece of asshole merchandise like those stupid fucking keychains or the collector's coins or whatever other bullshit that Lego tried to bait suckers into buying that you could only get with Star Wars sets. You can buy these quote-unquote modular gift with purchases with any other set as long as it costs the threshold that it is to get the gift with purchases. The upcoming hot dog van, you do not have to buy the modular to get that GWP. When people were bitching about the moving van, and when people were bitching about the vintage taxi, and some people who were bitching about that are in this chat right now, and I have thick enough skin that I'm going to have to call them out. I'm not going to name their names, but I'm going to call them out. It's not worth it. It's not worth complaining about that because there is no such thing. If Lego acknowledged that there was such thing as a modular gift with purchase, they would literally only sell that gift with purchase of the modular. Since they don't, the modular gift with purchase does not exist. That was something that fans invented. They concocted that in their own minds. If Lego ever did that principle, they would be hurting themselves. But it's not like Lego already hurts themselves in a bunch of other ways. And this is a perfect person to talk about a lot of this stuff. Ladies and gentlemen, Stud Sidious.
What's up, Mayo? Happy New Year, bro.
Happy New Year. I'm not sure which holiday that you celebrate, but happy holidays and happy New Year.
Oh, I'm Catholic. I'm a Christmas guy.
Cool.
I'm half Polish Italian, and you can't get more Catholic than that.
Enjoy your drive. Safe travels, Maniac for Bricks. Good live stream earlier today. Anyway, before I'm sure you'll say whatever you want to say, how was your last 6 weeks gone?
Oh, all right. I've been busy, with the football season. Like my work, I get busy during the football season. So I don't know, just been busy. I'm looking forward to it. Actually, football season ending, so I can actually make my.
And I know you well, and I know you well enough to know the answer before it even came out of your mouth, because I'm a good enough friend who actually listens to what my friends say. But yeah, how about those Raiders?
The Raiders are a crap show as usual. Yeah. But
I don't want to talk about my football teams either.
I'm used to it by now. But it's good for business, man. Like, people like buying their gear, so it's good for my business. But
yeah,
it drives me crazy.
And there's
Drives
money
me
to
nuts.
be made.
Yeah, it drives me nuts though. But
Yeah.
I don't
Anyway.
know all this LAN drama. I haven't paid attention to what's going on, but like I said in the comments earlier, like I began as a graphic designer 30 years ago in my career, and I worked my way up to like creative director. So when you become a creative director, you're sitting with the marketing directors and the brand managers. You're the creative arm of the accounts, and they're like they do the budgeting, they do all the finance side of it. So, but you're in charge of social media, the ambassador programs, and obviously you have a big team working underneath you. This is how it is, like industrial wide for all brands. This is how it works. Like there's a standard that the industry works. So whether it's like toys, whether it's like cereal, like consumer packaged goods, they all kind of work the same. These marketing teams, and like I said, I've never seen a more strict brand ambassador program than Nintendo and Lego. And I worked for Lego early in my career. Years ago, I worked for Lego, but I know how they work, and I know how all these brand programs work, and they're just very, very antiquated. They need to update the way they do things, because as a brand, you should, like, as a creative director, I would let the influencer speak. I would trust the product that I put out with the team of people enough that I would let the influencers say what they want, because you should trust and most brands do that, but Nintendo and Lego for some reason are very, very strict.
Yeah, because I've heard you complaining about the strictness of Lego and Nintendo, and I've observed enough about the Nintendo community where I definitely see where you're coming from. And I know that Lego is moving out of Connecticut to Massachusetts.
Yeah,
did they? Do you say that? I forget which town they were in Connecticut. Were they in? Was it Enfield?
Enfield, yeah. It's on the right. It's an ironic name. It's an ironic name because it's the end of Connecticut, and it's like all tobacco fields, which is, you wouldn't think they grow tobacco in Connecticut because of the harsh winters, but they do up there, and like it's literally on the line. It's basically Massachusetts, so they've always been more Massachusetts when it comes to like hiring people than Connecticut. But I think Boston's a good move for them because they're going to get a whole like big metro area of marketing people, and because the Connecticut office does a lot of the USA marketing, they do a ton of it. That's what I was working on when I was there like years ago. And I think they're going to get a better market of like a demographic of people to work for them in that big city than they will in Enfield, Connecticut. But I'm curious when they're going to move. I know they're moving. I don't know when.
Yeah, because the three best towns in Connecticut is Enfield, Bristol, and Bridgeport.
Well, yeah, Bridgeport's the biggest city in Connecticut, but
Yeah.
definitely
And for
not
those who haven't watched, for those who have never listened to Stud and I joking about Bridgeport, Connecticut, all you have to do is go back and watch a certain cutaway from Family Guy to get the context about why about why we jokingly say Bridgeport, Connecticut.
Yeah, that's such a funny Family Guy episode that they actually made fun of Bridgeport, Connecticut. It's hilarious. They thought it was the North Pole. Like from my art studio in Bridgeport, I could see those smokestacks, the red and white striped ones that they were joking with, like the North.
That looked like a lighthouse.
Yeah, well, basically that they're there so the planes don't crash into them. That's why they're red and white striped. But yeah. They are a lighthouse, basically.
Yeah. The Brick is Live said, I like Jaystifer and Alex Nunes. I like them too because they're authentic people. RC said, so on the Brixie situation, from what I understood, Brixie accidentally filmed a set that hasn't been released yet at the time of that filming, but Lego had set it up in the background. That's on Lego at some level, yes, because it was Lego's mismanagement that put Brixie in a position to fail. Therefore, you could argue it was self-sabotage.
Well, yeah, that's my point.
Both for three reasons: setting Brixie up to fail, putting him on probation, and losing the benefits of Brixie while he's on probation. It's a triple-edged sword. It's a self-inflicted wound. Mark says LAN seems overrated for what you get. Yeah, I definitely hear a lot of people saying that. Steve says to RC, the interview included the agent that was directly involved in freeing the kids. Yeah, the same guy that played Jesus in Passion of the Christ is the lead role. Such a great actor. Pig says to Mark, I'm with you. Lots of dumb stress for some free plastic, especially when some of those. Oh, yes, I've already read that. And we can. There's a whole bunch of stuff down here. I read your comment about LAN and what about Lego, and now I'll read your other comment. Every brand I've worked for to trust their own product and let the influencers be honest. Lego and Nintendo have crazy rules. Hive's been lurking around. Thanks for lurking.
That's my
There is a command for anyone that is lurking. Use exclamation mark lurk and Streamlabs will recognize you.
That's my point, though. Like, I don't know what happened with like Brixie and all that. Like, I don't know those details. I just know as like someone who's worked with a lot of these brands that I've seen the industry standard of what ambassador programs are, and Lego's very antiquated about it. So you said I don't know the details, but it could have been that they didn't send something out in time, or they flubbed something and then they sent him something before it should have been shown. Like they're very kind of antiquated with how they run that program, and it's kind of their fault. You know, I don't even need to know what Brixie did. I know enough. I've seen enough of how they run their program that it needs to be updated. So it just is what it is.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy stuff, and I'm just highlighting some of your comments while you're giving your experiences because it's.
Oh, yeah,
it's
we were
good.
talking about the Creator movie they were talking about earlier. It's great. It's a lot long, but it's good. Creator. I like Rebel Moon personally, but I'm not a big Zack Snyder fan, but it was #1 on Netflix. I checked it out. It was pretty damn good. For people that like Marvel and Star Wars type movies, it was really good.
Yeah, because yeah, if anyone's heard recently, I'm not the biggest fan of Zack Snyder.
I don't really know much about his stuff. I've seen like his version of Justice League and things like that. I mean, he's good. He's talented, but I just don't know enough about. I'm not like a huge fan of his to know enough about it. But that movie was good. Rebel Moon was really good. It's still #1 on Netflix for the movie, so it's doing well.
The reason why I call my rants rotten eggs is specifically because I could line it up with that scene from SpongeBob.
Whoa! We need to give credit where credit's due. You remember last winter? I coined that phrase for you last winter on your live stream. I'm glad
exactly,
you stuck with
because
it.
a bunch of people came up with all the eggy puns that I use because I asked a lot of people. I asked practically everyone if they have any suggestions for punny names, have it on me, and you suggested that to me. I think it was probably 13 months ago. It might have been 14. It might have been 14 months ago, and I thought it was a good idea because I knew a skit, so I knew the perfect stinger for it.
It was yourself, me, and Redco Kyle, I think, on that stream.
Yeah,
I'm glad you
and Macro Bricks and Macro Bricks might have been on that stream as well. And Hive says Rotten Eggs is a great name for your rants. It is, because it's on point and it's meta at the same time.
Well, you also love to rant like Hive does.
Yeah. See, I like one of the reasons why I like Hive and Briggsar, and to a lesser extent Jane Briggs, is because they are very methodical with their rants, but they get passionate while they spit facts. And I, after watching Briggsar for 9.5 years now, and after watching Jane Briggs for 10 years now, after watching Brick Hive for 2 years now, you start to learn a thing or two from how people do their stuff, and then you think, okay, if I do this from there, this from there, and this from there, I can combine everything and make an entertaining product. Because that's the only reason I'm here right now, is to give an entertaining product. If I'm not entertaining, go away. Tell me I'm boring.
Well, there was a
and
bunch
and go watch someone else who you think is more entertaining. But people aren't doing that, which means I know I'm doing something right.
There were a bunch of good names though that everyone was coming up with. There was the Rotten Eggs for the Rant. There was like 12 or 13 different names for different like little segments that you wanted to do.
Yeah, because I came up with a list of eggy puns because last year Mark and I would 2 years ago, Mark and I thought about doing a podcast together, but then we realized that we both don't have the time to do podcasts. I'd love to make time to do podcasts whenever both of our schedules line up, but until that happens, we won't be able to do a podcast. So, sorry guys. We still want to do a podcast one day. Our schedules just have to align first. Mark's busy with his job, and I'm busy with university.
I just remember you asking people to give names out for that stuff. There was a whole list of really cool ones.
Yeah, and people will still keep on, because I made a list of the best puns, and I used some of them. And recently, people have been giving me more puns, much like probably the most notable one. Clicking Cliff came up with. He coined the nickname for me Scrambled Eggs, and then I thought to myself, oh, that might make a good name for a live stream series.
That's pretty cool too. That would be good too, like for a rank as well.
Because I was thinking, well, because they were saying, well, it was at the same time I was complaining about how people who are living where it's snowing, they get to make snow angels. Clicking Cliff said, well, why don't you go to your parents' retirement house and make a dirt angel? And I thought that was a really funny idea, and I want to do that because there is literally a pile of dirt at my parents' retirement house. And I think it'd be cool to film myself making a dirt angel, because I will do that stuff for my viewers if I think it's funny.
Speaking of that, we're about to get hit with a crazy snowstorm, and I'm so happy because last year, the New York City area got screwed. Usually we get a lot of snow, and last year we had one storm at the end of the season in March, and it was only like an inch of snow. I'm used to getting like feet of snow, so I'm psyched. We're about to get nailed with the storm this weekend, fingers crossed. I actually left my place in Brooklyn and went back to Bridgeport, Connecticut, because they're going to get more snow in Connecticut. That's how much I like snow. I actually left the city, and I'm in my art studio in Bridgeport because I want to get snow that bad.
Yeah, I know that some people, the way they think about LAN is you're kind of making a deal with the devil.
Dude, you should actually use those names to have different levels to your rant. Like Scrambled Eggs could be when you're just like a mini rant.
Yeah.
Rotten
Well,
Eggs
I
could
actually want to do Scrambled Eggs. The way I want to do a Scrambled Eggs live stream is to kind of be like K2SO from Rogue One. Just say anything that comes to my mind and make any kind of spastic movement with my body. Just to be deliberately wild and crazy. And if I were to do Scrambled Egg streams, I would love to do them with both Clicking Cliff and Buttchop 2021. They would make for the perfect chemistry for that type of stream. Much like how people like you or Shy Time is my time, and to a lesser but still high extent Brick Hive, make good chemistry for this type of conversation. Team D says, it may not officially be a modular gift with purchase, but you don't think over the last few years LEGO did set this up as an expectation? Yes, I agree with that. They set it up as an expectation. They just never made it official, which is why just because you have an expectation doesn't mean that truth is, well, doesn't mean that's the truth. I am like Spock. I live by the logic, and so that's why I say what I say about the modular gift with purchase. It's a valid opinion. It's a valid opinion in my mind to think it's real based upon how Lego markets their stuff, but I know the facts, and so I say it's not.
Well, that's another thing I want to talk about. People can't say that, yes, they've tied some into modulars, but they've also recently tied some into, like, isn't the new one like a hot dog truck? Something like that?
Yeah, and also I just remembered I forgot to put up the banner. So let me put up the banner because I saw a couple people come into the stream.
The new like I said, with the gift with purchase, they try to tie them into certain things, but it's not just one theme. They'll do whatever theme they want, whatever fits at that time. So it's not, people can't say that they're all just for the modulars, because they're not. Like, look at Lego City put out a burger truck, and then they put out a hot dog truck to go with it. So it's not, yes, they do tie them into the modular series sometimes, but they're not always for a certain series. They're going to do it for whatever the marketing plan is at the time. Like, whatever they want to push, they're going to push it towards that. So it's not like, when people, I can see how fans think, oh, it's always aligned to modulars because that's how it's been recently, but that's not how it always is. It's just not true.
And if anyone's ever seen the gift with purchases that are only available with purchases of certain themes, I think the reason behind that is Lego's trying to have a clearance sale without having a clearance sale.
Well, they're definitely going to put the gift with purchase tied into something they're trying to push at that time. Like you know what? You love these two words that I say, Mayo. Marketing strategy.
Yeah. Everyone take a drink of water or alcohol every time Stud Sidious says marketing strategy.
I think it's the first time I've said it tonight, though. So I have to behave.
But if anyone's staying hydrated, hashtag stay hydrated. Or you're enjoying a cold one, it's time to take a sip.
But I mean, you see what I mean? Like, they tie in, they do it for Harry Potter, they do it for Star Wars once in a blue moon or two blue moons, they do a Star Wars gift with purchase. Like, it just depends on what they want to tie into at the time. It's not like, not everything is for the modulars. I do love modulars, but not everything is always like gift with purchases aren't always aligned with modulars. That's not true.
Hey Contra, hey Venomous Taipan, nice to see the both of you here. Dave says, have you ever applied for LAN, Mayo? No, I haven't, and I won't bother applying until my channel is monetized, because Lego's not going to take me seriously if I don't have at least 1,000 subscribers, and probably if I don't have at least 1,000 followers on Instagram, probably. Also, thanks everyone for helping me get to 300 followers on Instagram. People that follow me on Instagram already know the context about the giveaway that I'm doing over there. But if you don't know the context about my giveaway, just go follow me on Instagram or check back on Instagram, because what's the point of following someone on Instagram if you're not going to pay attention to their posts? So for all of the context about the Instagram giveaway, just go look at my Instagram page and you'll see all the context you need to know about how to enter the giveaway.
Dude, Mayo, I'm still getting I'm still getting comments on that little you know how I feel about the Star Wars fans, that the young ones that think the lightsaber hill only goes one way.
Oh yeah. just because M&R says something doesn't mean it's true.
Wow, it's funny because it's on his. I'm a friend of his, and I'm a moderator in his channel. And one of the comments I made in his, I'm still seeing, this is from like 3 years ago, and I still see YouTube comments of people hating me because of what I wrote there. But it's just it's the truth, and M&R even liked it. He knows that I'm right.
Yeah.
Like, the Saber Hill wasn't designed just to go one way. The fans can think that all they want. It's just not true.
Yeah, and
I know,
since
because I was working
and
with there when they
since
made it.
since Ryan is a smart person, he listens to other smart people, i.e. you are a smart person when it comes to that stuff. That's something that's one of the ways I judge between smart people and dumb people. If you're wrong, are you going to accept what's right from people who are right, or are you going to be stubborn and stuck in your own ways? The people that get far in life are the people who change their opinions based upon when someone gives them the facts. And that's why certain people are on the brink of 1 million subscribers like Ryan, and other people aren't.
Yeah, I totally. I'm just about the facts. And when I'm wrong, I'm wrong. I admit it. But when it comes to stuff that I know and I have factual evidence that makes it, then I'll definitely speak my mind about it. But I just find it funny because that comment is still from like years ago. I still get people messages angry about it, and it's got probably like 10,000 likes in the comments.
Holy shit!
Yeah, and like 10,000 people agree with me. So I mean, but I don't need them to because I was working for Lego when they invented that part. I know for a fact that's Toy Fair. The first ever Star Wars set was done for New York City Toy Fair, and it was like a box that you opened, and it was Darth Vader and Luke like battling it out, and it had a sound chip in it. It was only exclusive to New York City Toy Fair. Ryan actually bought one for like $5,000, which I thought was insanely stupid, but he's that big of a fan that you do what you want with your money. But Darth Vader has the hilt the opposite direction on purpose in that box, because the intentions were they were going to create a generic saber that could be used. The child could pick which side he wanted to use, whether it was dark side or light side. So they tried to make it as generic as possible and have two ends that were like generic that could fit many characters. And so what people think to this day, still think, the young clone fans think that it only goes one way, which is completely insane, but it is what it is.
The key words is the young clone fans. And Mikey says LAN members get more attention. More attention means more views, which is by design, which means the algorithm likes your channel better. It just means LAN members are the haves and the rest of us LAN members are the haves and the rest of us are the have-nots. Contra says, Mikey, hi man. Yeah, I was thinking about signing up, but okay, I'm one of the better people at translating Contribute's build praise to English, but that's words got me tripped up. Got to submit stuff to Lego about comments, thoughts. It's too much to worry about sending to them, like Rixie said Lego should. Yeah, when you quote unquote get Lego sets for free, it's not actually free, because you're indirectly a part of Lego's market research team. Kundra says, just go read all the comments on the vids, then having to submit a report to Lego, but I guess that part of getting free sets is true. Yes, and a lot of people will gladly spend the time to indirectly be a part of Lego's market research to get quote-unquote free Lego, whether they realize that it's not actually free. And Mikey also says, what makes it even worse is once every channel gets to a certain size, they want to join LAN. Jang is still the only one doing it the real way. Well, you could argue that's the real way, but a lot of people will argue, well, Jang isn't living up to his full potential. You could make that argument. I don't really have a strong opinion, so I don't think I'm going to make a comment. I just like what Jang Bricks does. And Dave's telling me not to sell out. Well, I can guarantee you, if I was ever accepted into LAN, which I don't think will ever happen, not because people think, oh, you will speak the truth and you will get put on probation. That's a straw man's argument. No. The reason why I don't think I'll ever get accepted into LAN is because I don't think I'll ever grow quickly enough on social media. That is the reason. I am honest about my trajectory. That's why I gave myself a 5-year plan to get to 1,000 subscribers, because I'm not confident in my own ability.
I'm all
But
for it.
if I did ever get accepted into LAN, I would want to behave like Alex Nunes or Jace.
I'm all for ambassador programs having rules. You do need to have rules. They all have rules, but Legos are just very, very, very strict. Like, the point of a brand ambassador program is that you have confidence in your product and you're giving it to influencers to talk about it. And you have to trust that you did a good job on that product as a marketing person, as a product development manager. You have to trust that you did a well enough job to let them speak their truth. That's the whole point of putting it out there in an influencer marketing program. And every brand does that. But Lego's rules are very, very, very strict. Very strict. They need to just loosen up a little bit. It's just very antiquated.
Coach was saying, I don't think you need many subs to be in LAN. Yeah, because people think you need a crazy amount of numbers to be in LAN. That's actually not the case. You just need a good following to be in LAN, because you can have all the subscribers in the world and 99.999% of them be empty calories. That goes for any social media platform. What you need is viewer engagement. And my hopes is that I get enough viewer engagement for anyone who would convince me to sell out, to approach me to want to sell out. That's why I value viewer engagement, and that's why I stress, well, if I'm not providing an entertaining enough product, the viewers will go away. If the viewers go away, YouTube will punish me for it. I will go nowhere, and I'll stop doing this because it won't be any effort. That's the same mindset people had when they quit YouTube because of Adpocalypse. And if you watched the collaboration I did with Lego Head Productions, of which I linked on one of my community posts, I briefly talked about Adpocalypse.
But here's a good point about the ambassador program. Some of the furthest reach that Legos got wasn't even from LAN members. It was from, like, when Lord of the Rings set came out, Rivendell, they gave it to the One Ring Rules Them All, that channel. That channel has more followers than all the LAN members combined. They give Star Wars sets to Star Wars Theory. He's got more followers than everyone in LAN combined. And those guys speak honestly about it. And LAN doesn't say a word because they're not in their program. But they're smart enough to send the ambassador program, sends them those sets because they see them as top YouTubers for that genre. And they get such a huge reach. Like, Star Wars Theory always reviews their sets. The One Ring Rules Them All reviews their sets. And those people crush LAN when it comes to followers. They destroy. These people have millions and millions of followers, unlike LAN combined. And so that's how the program should really work. But for some reason, in the Lego community, LAN has crazy rules for their, like, in-community ambassadors. They let those guys say whatever they want. They let those dudes say whatever they want. They have way more followers than everyone else. So it's very hypocritical.
Yeah, because what you're saying is what I say about people underestimate a lot of stuff about LAN and people overestimate a lot of stuff about LAN. And when you talk to smart people who actually know what they're talking about, and you compare them to people who don't know what they're talking about, you begin to realize there are people who are just speaking a bunch of bullshit. Country says, through now LAN review videos, so many doing them and competing too much. I like the leak vids more, and they're getting their vids out quicker than LAN plus not free sets. And people are telling me not to sell out. They think that just because someone joins LAN, that means they sell out. You can be an ambassador and not sell out. I don't think Alex Nunes has sold out. I don't think Jace has sold out. They will openly tell you if the set wasn't sent to them, they would not own it because they would not buy it. There are ways to be authentic and honest in LAN, but there are so many egos in LAN that dilute the common personality, that it turns LAN members into the quote-unquote lowest common denominator of the LEGO community, even though that's a straw man's argument. And I'm really disappointed in people who don't see that stuff. But I understand why, because people are busy with their families. They're not on social media 24 hours of the day, and so they know less about stuff than other people because they're living their own lives. So I don't blame them, but I will still call them out without referencing their names.
So what happened though? I don't I understand how everything off the LAN program, but I don't follow the people in it and what they do. What did Brixie supposedly do? What did he get punished for?
Well, I think I think how I'll answer that question is I would recommend anyone who wants the answer to that, go do 3 things. One is go watch Brixie's video about how he got on probation. Watch the most recent episode of Good Morning Brickworld at the time of filming to watch what Hive says about Brixie on probation, and go back and watch this stream on the replay to see what I have to say. If you watch all 3 of those medias back to back, hopefully you will form a conclusive enough opinion and get a very basic understanding of the whole situation in less than 2 hours worth of content. The people who will come up with these in-depth, detailed opinions, they're the ones who are spending 24 hours a day trying to get all of these nuggets of information. So I am not that person, but I honestly say, to answer that question honestly, watch those 3 pieces of media that I just recommended, and everyone should have a basic opinion and a basic scope of the situation, because it's such a complicated issue that it can't be done in just a 5-minute video.
Well, the gist of it, that from what I've seen and heard, and like I said, I don't follow all this, so I don't know. I just know how these programs work. I'm working for many ambassador programs. It sounds like that they sent him something, and it was overlooked that he shouldn't have shown it, but it was kind of their fault for sending it. They sent it early,
exactly, because there was a miscommunication that set him up to fail.
Yeah, so it meant. So yeah, but that's also my point of how LEGO LAN is crap. But there probably was a note though also in there that told him not to do something, and he didn't read it either. So there's on both sides. There's probably communication, but that's the gist of it that I'm getting from it. I don't know much about it. Like I said, I don't follow him. I just from what I see people ranting about and going crazy about, which is little. I've been so busy this time of year that I don't follow LEGO stuff as much, but that's the gist of what I've got.
Because the simplest answer is not the best answer, but the simplest answer is LEGO had a miscommunication that set Brixie up to fail, which then in turn held the mirror up back at LEGO and set them up to fail in the process. There were 3 self-inflicted wounds.
My point is that from seeing many other brands ambassador programs, LEGO's is just very strict. Because like I said, the good point is they send the LAN. The ambassador program also sends stuff to non-LAN members. Like One Ring rules them all. Like I said, Star Wars Theory. And those people have way farther reach, and they get way more sales for LEGO than actual LAN members do. Because it's simple; they have way more followers in those genres, but they don't. LAN has no control over those guys. They can say whatever they want, and that's how most do it. That's how most brands run it. Most brands don't have a LAN program. They have an ambassador program, but they send it out to influencers that are big in each genre, and they let them say what they want. They trust their brands. That's how most brands do it. But LEGO is
but LEGO and Nintendo are such control freaks that we just can't have it.
Yeah. So, and that's their choice. That's their choice. But I'm just saying that's a very
Yeah.
antiquated way to do it.
Exactly. I don't like it. There are ways to do it better. Mikey says the League community has always existed, but it's more needed since LAN. I kind of laugh when LAN members cry about leakers. Don't hate the player, hate the game. Exactly. That's 100% true. Having said that, covering leaks and news is a stressful game. I stopped because it's not fun. I respect people who waste their time doing that 24 hours of the day for a stupid toy that is a bunch of plastic bricks. Because as Woody once said, you are a toy. You're not an action figure. You're a child plaything. That's what I can say about the minifigures. You're not an action figure. You're a child's plaything. When he says Lego checks are pretty small, free Legos profit. Exactly. The checks are pretty small because there's no checks at all. Free, quote-unquote, free Lego sets is the currency. That's the currency. There is no checks. Mikey says, I'm not going to lie. If Lego ever approached me and wanted to work with me, I'm going to listen to what they have to say. It would be dumb not to. Exactly. You always got to have an open mind and consider all opinions. But I'm not applying to LAN. Nope. He understands Brixie's opinion, and he is entitled, and Brixie is entitled to feel that way, but people are entitled to disagree with him. Exactly. Everyone is free to agree or disagree because everyone that does not live under communism or under a dictatorship has the right to complain and has free speech. Yeah. If you crawl through all of the nuggets of information, you start to realize that things aren't always what they seem to be. Like he then says, I will say about being in LAN, in exchange for free sets, they have to try to sell the Lego for Lego. That's the deal. Your videos are advertising for Lego, true that. So you have to do your job. Exactly, it is a job, it is a business. Nothing comes free in the corporate world. Especially not in corporate America, who is probably the biggest part of corporate world ever. And Mikey also says, so in return, you don't get to make the types of content you really want to make, even though that's not 100% true. It literally becomes a job. It does. I used to be in a LAN type program for an arcade company. Interesting. I'd like to hear more about that. Hopefully it wasn't Nintendo. Yes, it was an editing mistake that blew the whole world open. I believe it was a genuine mistake because when I say it was sabotage, I say it was indirect because someone must have been clumsy enough to not know what they were doing in that studio where they did the interview. Mikey talks about that saying they would send me free games and I would have to drop what I was doing, play the game, make a video, even if I didn't want to. Yeah, that's why Brixar has stopped accepting sponsorship deals from specific companies that keep bombarding his email, is because he just doesn't want to be tied down, and I'm guessing that's the same way that you felt. Ting B says, summary, Brixie botched an edit from a designer interview and leaked the set. LAN punished him, his mistake, and the harsh rules that apply to all have been followed. Exactly, because there was a lot of due process. And Dave says Duck Bricks was a genuine mistake when he opened the unboxing. That's something that LAN people have complained about, is that because of the bad communication between the employees and the ambassadors, they don't even know what they're doing half of the time, and they've openly complained that they don't get the right dates. So that is an angle where I can be empathetic with LAN members.
Yeah, well, that's what I mean. Where it's they kind of run it a bit antiquated with that. Like they're allowed to make their own rules, and if you're a YouTuber that signs on to that program, you should follow those rules. I'm not saying that, but what I'm saying is most brands, unlike Lego, they don't have like these signed on ambassadors. They send things out to big YouTubers, and they just trust with it. Like they trust their product and let them do what they do. They don't have them tied down to rules. And Lego, half of LAN does that. Their ambassador program does that because, like I said, they send things out to Star Wars Theory, One Ring rules, One Ring, and all the big Lord of the Ring YouTubers. So they're doing what other brands do, but they're just super strict and antiquated with their little group of Lego YouTubers. They just need to update it a little bit. Like these people need to know what they're signing up for. It's like I agree, if they're signing up, they need to read the rules and follow them. You do, but Lego also sends things out late, sends things out early. Like they're also to blame as well. So it's a mess. It's a mess.
It is a mess. And just a quick reminder, because we do have 14 people watching, use the exclamation mark tickets, and you'll enter yourself into the giveaway. Just as long as you have 10 jars, and you can check how many jars you have using the exclamation mark jars. That is the channel point currency on my live streams. You can have a maximum of 100. You can buy a maximum of 100 tickets over the next 5 months, and you can, if you figure it out yourself, buy multiple tickets at the one time. So I encourage anyone who wants to get their hands on my sig fig and wants to win a CMF as well, buy as many tickets as you can to give yourself the best chance to win. Team B says, it was the same for Duck. It's a business for him and Brixie now. They have to be on their game to have the LAN benefits. They messed up, unfortunate as it is. Big Nate says Brixie and Duck will both be just fine without the free Lego sets for 6 months. Exactly, because they do stuff, they do content that is independent of LAN. So unlike some people, they have a diverse enough portfolio that they can survive. Their content will still be fine. Dave says Duck is more relatable than Brixie. You can say that.
That's subjective opinion.
And also, it's been a while, but hello, Mama Lego. Also, everyone, thanks for making this live stream really, really fun. This is my 11-year anniversary. So if anyone wants to wish me a happy anniversary, just use the hashtag happy anniversary and the hashtag mayohosko wherever you can all over social media. And if I search for those hashtags and find your social media posts using those two hashtags in the same sentence, then I'll be sure to spread the love and say thank you in the future, because it means a lot to me to have all of this support on a stupid lonely channel that only has 640 subscribers. We need to get to 650, because once we get to 650, we will be building the scaled up minifigure. And I think there are some comments that I just don't want to read. And hello, Johnny G says the Queen of Denmark will send a hitman your way if you speak poorly about Lego. The only other export they have is them lame cookies in the round blue tin. So true.
Yeah, it's funny because when I was working at the Connecticut office as a graphic designer, they kept asking me, they needed graphic designers in Denmark really bad. And it was early, I had just been out of college. They wanted me to leave the New York City, Boston area to go to Denmark. And I was like, hell no. Because in my head, I didn't know much about Denmark then. You know, in my head, I'm like, Vikings, this and that. I'm like, I'm not going there. Then I moved to New York City. But it was, I wish I got the experience. I should have taken it when they offered it. But at the time, I was like, Denmark? I don't want to go to Denmark. Like, I was so young and living next to places like Boston and New York, you know, that they're exciting cities. I didn't want to leave.
Yeah, because the reason why Lego is not on the stock market is because they are a private family-owned company. Private companies, by definition, are not allowed on the stock market because they are private. So after I'm done getting through some of these through the last of these comments, I'll we just got through everyone. All right, so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to get the last 4 sets from my top 10 from 2023, and while I'm doing this, I'll move these pieces out of the way, and after I'm done my ranking, we're going to quickly build this birthday cake while I'm talking about the next generation of Clicken and Bricken, and then we'll be done for the day. We'll probably go slightly over 3 hours. So what sets do I need to get pictures of? Okay.
Well, I gotta drop out, bro. I gotta let my pooch outside. So it was. I'm glad you had me on. It was fun talking about this stuff. You know, I like all this big chat. It's my thing.
It's always fun.
But have a good build, man, and I'll talk to you later.
Where can we find you on social media?
Stud Sidious Builds on Instagram. I think it's the only Lego social besides this YouTube channel that I don't post any videos on that I have. But I'm building mock soon again and doing Lego t-shirt stuff again soon once the football season is over. Which for me it's basically over, but not for my customers, not to the Super Bowl. So. But I'll be on there. I'm itching to build. I haven't built a mock, dude, since like Halloween. I'm dying.
Yeah, I need to get back to building mocks for Brickvention.
Yeah, and I have to do a bunch of stuff for Brickworld Chicago. I have to do a bunch of design work for that and for ACOB. So I'll be in the mix once football season's over. I'll be back at it.
Yeah. Anyway, have a good rest of your night.
You too, and happy building, everyone. Have a good time.
Happy 11-year anniversary.
Yeah, you've been going for a while, man.
Yeah, because the reason it doesn't look like I've been going for a while is because I deleted all of my old videos.
Well, yeah, something you gotta clean up. I need to do that
because of Copper.
Yeah, I need to do that to my Instagram, Lego Instagram page. I have so much old
When
stuff.
Copper came about, I had no intentions in ever making a video ever again. But then I got bored, and I realized, hey, what if I can make a comeback? And I did.
All right, well, happy building. Are you gonna build that set right now, the birthday cake?
I'm gonna build that for the rest of the stream.
Cool. I'm gonna be on my phone when I'm walking the dog, so I'll tune in.
See ya.
Later, man.
I think he does, Dave, and I'm always happy to be your voice talent. I really like being a voice actor for different people. So if anyone else wants to come on to the panel for the last half an hour or so while I'm building this birthday cake set, you can use the pinned comment with the Instagram with the invite link. Yeah, because I definitely saw a change in your videos. Because I went back and binged a lot of your old videos, and I definitely did see a change when all of that stuff was going around. Because I'm the type of person who will go back and binge watch the past 8 years of someone's videos ever. Okay, so I've got all of the sets. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. What shit? That's not right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, that is not right. What did I mess up? That's right. That's right. That's right. That's right. Okay, I know what set I need to go get an image of, because I have a top 10 list that we're gonna that we're going to briefly talk about in 5 minutes or less. And that's going to be my official rankings of my top 10 sets of 2023. So if I move this backwards, I believe it goes in that order. Yes, it does. Okay, let's share the whole screen. This is a set. This is set 40382, if anyone's curious. So I'm going to put this. No, I'm going to share my screen now. I'm going to share my whole screen so we can do this, because it'd just be too difficult to share individual stuff. Okay, let's share the whole screen. So I'm now going to rank my 10 favorite sets of 2023 from 10 to 1. So at 10, we have the LEGO Friends Beach Cleanup Polybag. At 9, we have the LEGO Dreams Mrs. Castillo's Turtle Van. At number 8, we have the LEGO Icons Modular Building Collection Jazz Club. At number 7, we have the LEGO Gabby's Dollhouse At 5, we have the LEGO Gift with Purchase Blacktron Cruiser. At 4, we have... I tripped up on myself. 1, so 10, 9, 8. Okay, yes, sorry. So Gabby's Dollhouse was 7. The GWP Blacktron Cruiser was 6. At number 5, we have the LEGO Ideas Viking Village. Number 4, we have the LEGO Creator Main Street. Number 3, we have the LEGO Friends Downtown Flower and Design Stores, I think is its name, even though I like to call it Unity Street because it has the sign for Unity Street right there. At number 2, we have the LEGO Lord of the Rings Rivendell. And at number 1, we have the, I think this is a LEGO Icon set, Eldorado Fortress. 10, Beach Cleanup. 9, Turtle Van. 8, Jazz Club. 7, Gabby's Dollhouse. 6, Blacktron Cruiser. 5, Viking Village. 4, Main Street. 3, Unity Street. 2, Rivendell. 1, Eldorado Fortress. You may recognize, or you may have noticed, that the Orient Express is not on my top 10. And with all the complaining I've done about the Orient Express, as you would know, if you have watched a bunch of my live streams over the past 3 months, you would know exactly why the Orient Express is not on my list. So if you have any issues about that, feel free to sound off in the comments. I would love to hear what you have to say. And I jokingly put it in my bottom 10 sets of the year because I just have too many issues with it. I'm a train nerd, so I can pick out all of the insignificant details that the laymen who aren't train spotters can't see. I know that almost everyone will disagree with me about that. Final look at the sets as I'm closing the tabs. That is everything. That is my top 10 sets of 2023. What's everyone else saying? Dave says bravo on the collab with Lego Head. Thank you. I've actually gotten a couple subscribers of Lego Head's viewers, and there is Lego Head himself right there. Everyone loves a good top 10, which is why I wanted to make a top 10 on this live stream, and I'm making a top 10 on tomorrow's video that'll actually come out on my 7th or on my 11th anniversary. And also, for those who like Minecraft, I'm going to get back onto Twitch and play Minecraft in a little over 8 hours. So if you want to wish me a happy anniversary on Twitch, go watch me play Minecraft and enjoy yourself. It's been a good night, and I know that we have some sleepy people right now. Have a good night. Mikey J. Thanks for everything you've done. And we have Shy Time is My Time. Hey, Shy, we were just mentioning you earlier because you agree with me that there's no such thing as a modular gift with purchase. Got to give credit where credit's due. Johnny G wants that shark ship from Lego Dreams. Is it me, or is some of these Lego Dreams sets, they look really big on the outside, but they're really small on the inside? Is that just me, or am I seeing things? I've only bought the Dreams Village and the Turtle Van from the Dreams theme, so if anyone else has any of the other Dream sets, let me know what you think about them. Yes, a good night at the Brick is Life. A lot of sleepy people. Well, no, sorry, a lot of sleepy Eastern Americans, because Shy Time and Lego Head are from the West Coast. And Dave's saying to Lego Head, why is Mayo look for another host when he's married to you? Exactly. I think Lego Head and I have good enough chemistry that we could easily be co-hosts if he ever wanted to make the time every Friday night. We would be fantastic co-hosts. We have good chemistry together. We did a really good kick-ass collaboration together. The future is bright for the both of us in holy matrimony. And you won the giveaway, Lego Head. You won the giveaway for New Year's. So congrats. The Turtle Van might be tiny, but I think it looks really fun for what it is. Anyway, now that I've done the top 10, I'm just going to go back onto my Instagram post and see if I've covered all but one of the bases. Covered the LAN drama, covered the Star Wars rants, covered some of my memories about my channel, covered the top 10. Good. So now we can build this set while I'm talking about the next generation of clicking and bricking, as I call it. So I don't have my Stanley knife on me right now, which sucks. I forget if I have my Stanley knife on me in the garage or if it's somewhere else. I have a screwdriver. Let me see how sharp this screwdriver can be. I've only opened sets with a screwdriver a handful of times before. I know it can be done if you get the tabs right. And this is a type of set where I'm not going to be keeping the box because it's not a type of set that I'll ever resell. When I moved houses, I had to make a lot of tough decisions with some of my smaller boxes because they were just taking up too much space in my collection. And I had to make the decision, well, did I want to have space to store all of my boxes, or did I want more space to build in the Lego City? And I wanted more space to build in the Lego City. So that was an easy decision for me to get rid of some of my small boxes. I probably recycled about 10 cubic meters of Lego boxes. So let's open this set. Some interesting stuff in here. My instructions got caught on the tape. That's terrible, Lego. That is terrible. And my instructions ripped because of that. Yes. Indignation around the turntable. Oh, sorry. they held an indignation meeting around the turntable. Disgraceful. Disgusting, despicable to say such things to us. It's to teach him a lesson we'd be wanting. Now how do we do it? Their chance came sooner than expected. Exactly, the Lego screwdriver. And sometime later this year, probably in the month of April, I'll be doing an interview with the Lego father. For those who don't know what the Lego father is, just subscribe to Lego Head and you'll find it there somewhere. Yeah. So now I want to talk about the next generation of clicking and bricking while I'm building this. And we'll open the instructions. And there is no numbered bags in this. So try to get the instructions to be reasonably flat so that I don't have to fiddle around with them so much. There is no numbered bags. So I'll build this all in one hit. Thanks for stopping by. If you missed out on anything, you can always watch these streams back on the replays. And as I'm building this, if you haven't done so already, make sure to like the stream. I'll get these bags open and then I'll start my monologue about clicking and bricking. So clicking and bricking is a live stream series that Clicking Cliff and the Brickable Cow do together. And I am one of their viewers, as is other people, some of them who are in the comments right now. Yeah. I've made the same mistake as well. I've made that same mistake a lot of times too. Maybe you should just watch the stream at 2 times speed to catch up. I've made that mistake before too. So yeah, I'm a regular viewer of clicking and bricking, and I've been talking a lot more recently with Clicking Cliff and the Brickable Cow. I've been on some of Cow's streams where he's been playing Lego 2K Drive. I've been on a lot of his streams where he's doing stuff in his county fair. And we've had some good conversations. And we've talked a lot about the future of clicking and bricking. And both of them have an initiative to transform their production. Not only do they want to find more guests, but also they want to use more of the format for the jungle for clicking and bricking. I think that's because they enjoy talking with their friends, and some of us, including myself, are friends of theirs. They enjoy streaming with us, and we enjoy streaming with them. And I think that would be my best guess as to why they want to they want to have a new generation. And also part of that new generation, which I'm probably the most excited about, is they've done a mock of the week contest for a while now. And I suggested to them, if they come up, they actually thought it up themselves, but I would have suggested it to them otherwise. They wanted to come up with a hashtag on Instagram so that people can post pictures of their Lego on Instagram, and if you use a certain hashtag, then they'll feature your mock on their show. And then I suggested, well, if you come up with a unique hashtag, that'll be easier to sort through different posts on Instagram, and it'll make your life easier, which is why they came up with the hashtag CB mock of the week. CB as in Clickin' and Brickin'. Hashtag CB mock of the week. And Good Morning Brickworld have a similar thing. They have their hashtag Lego Flex Friday. So not only if you build a Lego mock, you can flex it for Flex Friday on Good Morning Brickworld, but you can also showcase it for Mock of the Week on Clickin' and Brickin'. So what I would encourage anyone who posts images of their mocks on Instagram to do is use the hashtag Flex Friday and the hashtag CB Clickin' and Brickin', tag both the Brick Babe and the Brickable Cow in your posts with those respective hashtags, and you'll get featured on both of their shows, Good Morning Brickworld and Clickin' and Brickin'. And I like to build weekly mocks, so now I've been taking advantage of the hashtag Lego Flex Friday with that for a little while now. Now I'll be able to do the same with Clickin' and Brickin', and having those organized hashtags makes life easier for everyone in that situation, which is why it's a good thing. And that's why after today's episode of London Calling, I DM'd Greg afterwards saying, hey, they do this and they do that. Whenever he does his segment of showing pictures of Lego that people send him, if he did the same thing, came up with a specialized hashtag, instead of getting people to send him DMs of their Lego, it would be easier for people to use a London Calling exclusive hashtag on their posts, and then that would make life easier for Greg, because he could just search the hashtag into Instagram and then be able to pick through everyone who posts stuff. And also, you can do the same thing for Real Whole Egg. Use the hashtag Real Whole Egg on your posts about Lego on Instagram or on Twitter, because I am on Twitter X. You can do the same thing with my channel. So theoretically, as presently constructed, if you post a picture of your Lego mock on Instagram using the hashtag Real Whole Egg, the hashtag Lego Flex Friday, and the hashtag CB Brickworld, tagging both myself, the Brick Babe, and the Brickable Cow, you can get pictures of your mock featured on 3 different live streams per week. And if London Bridge Bricks thinks my idea is a good idea and he takes my suggestion, you might be able to get your mocks featured on 4 streams per week. And that's the beauty about all of us regularly scheduled Lego live streams, is we like to do segments of what people build, because it's part of the magic of Lego. And the magic of Lego is something that Lego Head Productions and I discussed on our collaboration. So if you watch the collaboration video that we did, you'll be able to find where we are talking about that. And we just passed the 3-hour mark, and we still have 750 people watching, which is really good for my channel, which isn't saying a lot. So yeah, right now, the folks at Clickin' and Brickin' have they put out the memo that anyone who ever wants to take the time to hang out with them on Clickin' and Brickin' to request to join their group chat where they talk about Clickin' and Brickin'. We were talking about the magic of Lego on your collaboration. So on our collaboration. Yeah, so as soon as Clickin' Brickin' announced that to the world, I immediately said that I'd be glad to join their group chat. And it's really convenient for me, because for those who watch my Miracle Whip live streams on Sunday night know that I raid into Clickin' and Brickin' afterwards. So theoretically, it would be very convenient for me to, once I get my viewers from Miracle Whip to raid into Clickin' and Brickin' afterwards, I could just go into that group chat and carry on the fun over on Clickin' and Brickin' and hang out with them, because it's a good dynamic and a good chemistry. And they say that they want to do more of the viewer interaction games, and I'll make a suggestion the next time they do the game is maybe turn it into a long-term competition. If they want to do the game night format over the course of a year, tally up how many people win per game night, and make a game night out of all of the game night-ception, so to speak. So they want to do more of that, and I think that's a good idea, because it encourages viewer engagement. Sorry if I can talk today, which is something that Clock Riker says a lot in his vintage Lego reviews. Definitely go subscribe to Clock Riker if you like to see people review vintage Lego. He does a lot of that stuff. I think that's a really good idea whenever they do games interactive, because it gets viewer engagement, and the viewers seem to like it when they do that. So Clickin' and Brickin' is a lot of fun, just like how Good Morning Brick World is a lot of fun, just like how London Calling is a lot of fun, just like how Real Hoeg is a lot of fun, just like how Miracle Whip is a lot of fun, which is why you should take the time out of your schedule to watch all 5 of those live streams per weekend. You should watch all of them, and you'll have a lot of fun with all of us. You'll have a lot of fun because we try to be as entertaining to the audience as we can. Okay, so now I've got to build what looks like the icing. Dave says, Greg been emailing me to send him more of my builds. Exactly. Greg's thirsty for pictures. The folks at Good Morning Brick World are thirsty for pictures. The folks at Clickin' and Brickin' are thirsty for pictures. I'm thirsty for pictures. And it's a great way to share your creations within our community, is to take us up on our offers to share whatever you have to build, because there's a lot of people out there who are really talented, particularly if you're a mock builder. There's a lot of really talented people out there. For those who have been watching me for a long time, you're probably going to get sick and tired of me saying I'm a mock builder, not a set builder. But that's true, because what I've always enjoyed about my channel is doing mocks, and that's why my city has a lot of mocks. And I've always enjoyed doing vintage Lego, and you don't see too many vintage Lego cities out there, which makes me stand out from the rest of the crowd. Yeah, I have some sets in my city, and yes, they may be big modern sets, but it's because they're really good sets. The modulars are one of the, at least the straight building modulars are normally a guaranteed buy for me sometime throughout their existence. I'll never buy any Lego set on day one, unless they have a good gift with purchase, like the Blacktron Cruiser when the Jazz Club was released on day one. Because for everyone out there, and I know I've busted your asshole about thinking modular gift with purchases are real. If you're one of those people, you could technically complain. Well, you could technically say that the original run of the Blacktron gift with purchase was a modular gift with purchase. You could say that. I dare you to. I dare you to. Almost done with this. Got to put on these macaroni bricks. I need to get more of these macaroni bricks. I also need to order a bunch of dark tan. I neglected on my quest to build the UCS potatoes simply because I can't get my hands on the dark tan plates. I need either they're unavailable when I want them, or they're too expensive when they're available. Because there's a YouTuber that I've gotten to know well enough called Skywen, and you might have seen him in the comments of some of my streams in the past. He really likes potatoes, and I like potatoes just as much as the next guy, but he likes potatoes, and he gets people to comment the potato emoji on his stuff, much like how I could very well encourage people to comment the egg emoji on my stuff. And who knows, maybe for Easter, we might have a contest about who can comment the most, or who can include an egg emoji in the most of their comments throughout the month of April. Because April is the month of Easter, unless the moon is in a phase where Easter falls in March. Because I think Easter only falls on March every 7 years or something. I'm not an expert in astrology or the astronomy of the moon's rotation and the moon's orbit to know how often Easter falls in March, but I can almost bet that Easter will be in April this year. So maybe we might do that while I'm building Indiana Jones sets throughout the month of April 2024. Okay, so now we get to, actually, I have some, I forgot to put on the white polo stud flower petals. So let's put them on very quickly, and then we will have finished building this little birthday cake. And I'm going to do a post about this birthday cake sometime this weekend. I'm not sure if it'll be before I go to bed tomorrow or during Good Morning Brick World, but it'll be one of those times. So to get the answer of when I do, you just have to go and follow me over on Instagram, and thanks for 300 followers over there. It means the world to me, because we were hanging around 270 and 280 for about a month, and then more people discovered me, and now we're up to 300, and I think we're up to like 305 now. So lots of cool stuff coming around with various people in the LEGO community, and there's a lot of discussions to be had, and I will welcome you to discuss any of that stuff with me that I've talked about today, anywhere where you can find me on social media. So the last step is to build the flag, put it in the hands of the clown, That's what the clown minifigure looks like. Spam the clown emoji if you're still here. Now we've got to put a number on the flag. So it only comes with one number, and it's one number per number, if that makes sense. And it's only numbers 0 to 9. So, you know what I'll do? Since it's my 11-year anniversary. Actually, no, I lied to you. For every number, there are 2 numbers. I'm an idiot. For every number, there are 2 numbers. So since this is my 11th year anniversary, I think I'll use both of the number 1 stickers. I'll put the blue number 1 on the back of the flag. Put the blue number 1 on the back of the flag. And I'll put the orange number 1 on the front of the flag. And I'll do something with these other numbers. I have some other foreign languages of happy birthday from the birthday clown Brickhead that I've still yet to use. So maybe I might use them with these stickers in the future. I have either a binder, folder, or sleeve where I keep all of my stickers now. But yeah, that's everything I wanted to say about the next generation of Clickin' and Brickin'. I like that they're getting to the standard of some of the other streams in the community. And once again, if you post pictures of your mocks on Instagram, make sure to use the hashtag RealHoeEgg, the hashtag LegoFlexFriday, and the hashtag CB Mock of the Week. Make sure to tag mayohosko, make sure to tag the Brick Babe, and make sure to tag the Brickable Cow, and your mock will be featured on all 3 of those streams. Also, because if anyone saw today's Instagram post, you know that I posted a picture of my helicopters. And those helicopters will be featured on Good Morning Brickworld and Clickin' and Brickin' as a result. So there's the birthday clown. It's a reasonably cute build. Don't have a birthday cake in my Lego collection right now. I've destroyed others in the past. But I think for the purpose of the January city update, this might look good in a town square scene. So I am going to keep this built for a while until the hype of my 11-year anniversary dies down. So let me see what's going on. Okay, Hive said he was going to go live, but I'm not seeing anything from Hive. If so, there are some other people that we can raid off to. Or someone's banging outside. Anyway, it is a good little build. It's not great. It's not bad. It's just good. I like the use of the candle flames and the flower pieces, and it's a reasonable source of the curved bricks as well. So who did we have in the stream today? Let's go back and recap everyone who came out to celebrate my 11-year anniversary. There's a lot of comments here. So we had Johnny G, Dave Wick 76, Mr. Blue, Richard Cranium, aka Richard Cranium, aka From Blocks to Mocks, Drew Briggs, Bob Claxton, Mikey J Productions. We will be doing a castle stream at the end of the month. Stay tuned on my channel. Lego Team B, Steve Weiser. You think we said hello to Johnny G. Trebs, Macro Bricks, Maniac for Bricks, Clever Pig, Angry Dragon 114, The Brick is Life, Brick Hive. Oh, also, Trebs was on the stream today. Clicking Cliff, we can fast forward through some of these. Stud Sidious, Venomous Taipan, Country Bricks Build Craze, Big Nate Bricks, Mama Lego, Lego Head Productions AZ, who was on the panel, Shy Time is My Time, ex-Lego Store employee, and that was everybody. So everyone, before you go, if you have any exclamation mark jars in your Streamlabs bank account, go purchase a ticket before the end of the stream. You can buy up to 100 tickets per giveaway, and I know that plenty of people have more than enough currency to buy the max amount of tickets. You've got to be in it to win it. So I'm going to enjoy the rest of my day. Who else is streaming right now? Because I'm not seeing anything from Hive, but there are other Friday night streamers. Looks like Critical Bricks on Jesse's Brick Galaxies channel is live. And right there I'm seeing some people who are almost dead to me. So go watch, come on, go watch Critical Bricks with Jesse. Brick, yeah, with Jesse. Yeah, I'll post the link up. So go, everyone, go raid Critical Bricks. Turn on the notification bells for my premiere tomorrow, which will be my official 11-year anniversary video. This is my 11-year anniversary live stream. It was a day before my actual 11-year anniversary. So we will be uploading 24 hours earlier this week so we can line up with my 11-year anniversary, where we will be ranking my top 10 favorite sets from 2013 to 2024. And to get the context of why I say top 10 11 or top 11 10, to get the context of that, you got to watch the premiere tomorrow. And don't forget, you can, if you ever watch my premieres, because Streamlabs is activated during those premieres, you can buy tickets to enter the giveaway, and you can gamble during my premieres at the same time. Functions just like a normal live stream. That's how good Streamlabs is with the premieres and the lives. Anyway, I'm exhausted. I'll see you on my next short. I'll see you in my next live stream, which as always is at 9 p.m. Eastern on a Friday night in North America, or 8 p.m. Eastern on a Saturday night. No, sorry. Let me recap. See you on my next live stream, which as always is at Friday night, 9 p.m. Eastern in North America, or Sunday night, 8 p.m. Eastern in North America. Thanks for making this a good 11-year anniversary stream. I love you guys. You are the reason why I keep on doing this stuff. And who knows, if you come to Brick World Chicago 2024, maybe you might see your face in one of these selfies on screen, because we have Brick Lover 18. You might not have... You would have had to squint your eyes to see that Brixie is in one of these selfies. Jesse's Brick Galaxy, Butt Chop 2021, Holly on Film, and you might also have had to squint to see that Duck Bricks is in one of my selfies. I didn't see anyone notice that, which means that either people aren't watching the stream properly or everyone has bad eyesight. And Brian Saviano dressed up in a penguin suit. Anyway, thank you for all of that, and I'll see you in the next video. Let's roll the credits. I'm fucking tired because this has been a great time. Credits!
Thank you for supporting mayohosko Media. Your viewership is very important to us. Tell YouTube you like us by smashing the like button. Let your thoughts be known in the comments down below. Never miss out on any more LEGO content from us by hitting the subscribe button and ringing the notification bell. Stay tuned for live streams every Friday night at 9 PM Eastern in North America, and monthly city updates on the last Wednesday or Thursday of every month. If you like Minecraft and gaming streams, follow us on Twitch, mayo_hosko, no capital letters. Twitch streams every Saturday morning at 8 AM Eastern in North America. To be in the know, follow us on Instagram and Twitter at real_mayohosko. Have fun with us on our Discord server. Friend us on Facebook and join the fan club group. For business inquiries, email us at mayohosko@gmail.com. For historical inquiries, check out our website. For special community perks, including behind the scenes, voting rights, and early access videos, become an investor today by pledging to us on Patreon. Links in the description. Watch this video recommended to you, or check out this playlist if you missed any previous videos of the same genre. This has been mayohosko, and I am a fan of old LEGO. #A